Matt. Happy Tuesday. I didn't prep my music. I almost forgot. I always forget, but not this time. Before I hit the button anyway. Oh, don't play that. Up. I also got to prep something else. I gotta do so much prep. Yeah, stop down before I heard anything. Okay. Oh, sunset. I think we're good. There we go. Hello. It's Tuesday time. Michael's eating food. He says no, he exploded. No, he said yeah, so now I'm not sure which it is. Work on more Trixie stuff. Last time we made some progress on Trixie here, doing most of the animating.
Testimony, you feel confident that you can identify this person. That's what you're saying.
So that's basically.
I can.
Yeah, that was mostly done. I did do the lip syncing on
That's
this
the
one.
person. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
So this one's all.
Sure, that's the person. Sure, that's the person. There's
I was really happy at the beginning, though.
sure, that's the person.
Okay, I'm gonna change one thing on here, but otherwise, at least not do the boring stuff. Lip syncing. Hello, Stig. Holy cow, it's Argo. How are you on this Tuesday? Had a busy day at work. Otherwise, doing pretty good. How are you doing yourself? I have a presentation I have to do on Thursday at work for a system that's not yet done. So it's been Monday, Tuesday, we're trying to get it to a good point, and I have a bit of time to borrow, and then Thursday morning I should be able to do it. The nice thing about presenting systems is that they don't have to actually work. They just have to work for the buttons that you were going to click. So I can have that done. Painting your house. We're actually going to be doing that this weekend too. Only like one room, but funny thing is that the male actors' lines work well with Trixie. Kinda, actually. Or it's just male lines work good on horses. It all works out at the office. It will. I'm confident on that. It's already at a point where I could present it and it would work. I could get it by. But some people are, when they even though they know it's a work in progress, they assume that it should be in a further along state when it's not how that works. So considering I started building it Monday morning, like, we'll give you a month. I'm like, you only need like 3 days. Okay.
Sure, that's the first.
In the entire outside, we have wood siding. Ooh. Well, I guess the nice thing is you can be a little sloppier, but at the same time, hopefully the weather's nice. We get good luck with that.
Are you sure that's the person? There's.
Okay, that should work.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
Okay. I don't not so happy in the beginning, but I do like the end. So we're gonna see if we can actually. I don't think we'll get this shot fully done. Get most of it. Okay, I do have a problem. Like here, I bet you she's looking right at Trixie. Oh no, she's not. Okay, good. Because I was like, she doesn't look like she's actually looking at her. Let's fix this. Huh. Well, do that and oh, not that one. Just 01. Yes, that's. A little bit more to the right. Oh, not too much. Okay, that's better. What color are you painting it? I hope it's hot pink. Go hot pink. Super bright pink with like RGB lights everywhere. I feel like our childhood friend got a job at Boeing. Was that's what he did? He said, first scan emails for any meeting, then we go eat our breakfast and read the news, steal the newspaper. Yeah. Well, and I told them when I started, they're like, how much time do you need? About a month. And I said, a week of dedicated, not even dedicated time, but mostly dedicated time. And they're like, oh. I'm like, the problem is getting dedicated time. So that's actually what happened was, so instead of giving me a month, then they're like, oh, well, we'll give them the like requirements a week and a half beforehand. But then they're like, wait, no, that's not how this works. So I have learned normally with work that you do not tell people how long it will take. You tell them how long you think they think it will take if it's longer. So because if they think it takes a month and then you give it to them in a month, they're not going to be angry about it if you finished it in a week. Oh well. Her eyes are still look like from the side they look way up, and from here they look like they're kind of looking straight on, but not from the side, and the side is what matters. So I'm gonna actually that down more like here, because from this side now it actually looks pretty accurate. Well, I wish for right now it's a bright aqua blue green, the primer color. Ooh, just keep that. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually even better. Then we had any emails in any meeting. After that, we have an hour lunch. After lunch, we work nap. After the nap, we work on the project. Pretty much Ember's colors right there. I think that's cool. I would. That'd be a fun house color. Okay, so what was he doing in this shot? He did prep this.
This person, that's what you're saying.
I can't. It's him.
Are you sure that's the person? There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
I love his face there. I didn't even realize how closely I matched the color of the walls. I feel with that. I'm in a very sleepy state, but it's dream time. Looked up. It's gonna be really hard to do some of those reactions. Ponies don't do very good about pointing behind them because they're kind of like, everything's forward.
It's him.
Are you sure that's the person? There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
I don't need time. That's him.
And I do cut the shot there, so
There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
so I don't have to worry too much about that last little bit. Though I like his expression. I wonder if they originally had a cut to the guy for that, but they left it because his expression here is so good. Wiki. Horrified asked how far behind he was on the projects. He responded, "We're not behind. In fact, we're so far ahead of the schedule, we have to start slacking off." I've had that for some projects, yeah, where I've gotten really far ahead on stuff, but it just ends up being that I just put time into other things. There's usually other things that can be improved or pulled at or something. But if I know if I know for a fact I can do it in a week, I'll wait until like a week before to do it. I don't like getting it done early because then I might accidentally let it slip that I've already done. And also, I think when you've done something that requires testing, it's a good idea once you think it's all done to let it stew for a few days, because you're going to think of something you missed. And like a lot of today was just staring at the screen trying to think of like, what am I forgetting? And I kept remembering stuff.
You sure that's the person? There's no doubt in your mind.
Okay.
Sure that's.
So I think I kind of are okay with her. Like, can she gesture behind? I don't think I can get her to do that and have it be sing. Like, because she can't just go like that, because that's kind of, breaking the arm thing. But I don't think she would be even able to do like a thing like that either. Just still looks kind of broken. I think the best way to do this is I'm going to turn her a little bit into here. Oh, also I'm going to quick copy paste. If you did the lip syncing first and you're going to animate after that, copy the model and separate it. The last thing you want to do is accidentally do something to the model that affects everything, including the lip syncing, and then it's unrecoverable. So it's a good idea to do that. Maybe she summons a foam finger as a bit. No, because I don't want to distract from the narrative, because it when you're making something for anthology, you have to anticipate laughter because it's shown live, and that's usually what they plan for. And when you show it live, people laugh out loud. If the narrative, what's being spoken, matters, it means that for a few seconds, nobody's going to be able to hear what's being said, and that can be bad. So here, it's okay if the punchline comes at the very end. The end lines don't matter. That's why I don't mind having crackle pop up and some of the other stuff. But before that, I need to let the narrative be the joke, and otherwise, your people are just literally not going to get it. Trixie lights up her horn and glowing arrow points down to Starlight. The difficulty with that is It's Michael. Is perspective from here for a flat arrow, it'd be really hard to tell whether it's pointing down at her or if it's up towards the camera. It would be, you'd have to really kind of, I don't know, that might be difficult. I have an idea though.
So, question.
I don't know.
Have you ever been like ridiculously tired, but on so much caffeine that you couldn't shut your eyes even if you wanted?
I don't know if I've been on, I don't know about ridiculously tired, but I have been on so much caffeine at a time that I don't think I would have ever been able to sleep in any way.
Like physically and mentally, I'm exhausted, but I've had like 3 cups of coffee, 2 within like just before coming home, and then I have this soda, and then so if I feel like I want to lay down in bed so that I can just lie there and scream, it's a funny feeling.
You're going to be laying there with your eyes open, snoring. You're still conscious, but asleep.
Still doing things.
That's a common thing. I try very hard not to overdo my caffeine. If I ever feel that I'm starting to get, like, I think it was before Cider Fest last year, I had so much to do. I was drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, and then I was drinking like a full Monster in the afternoon. And normally I don't do energy drinks, but I got to a point if I was having like one a day to keep going. And then after the convention, I just, now I'm used to it, but I had to wean myself off of that because it was like all you're doing is you're making that your baseline, and that's rough.
Sorry, Sir Edward. No after stream like extras.
Oh, you didn't pick your nose?
No, didn't pick my nose. That's for my OnlyFans. You guys got a free preview. Now last couple nights I have to get up for work at like 7:10. I never sleep all the way. Like every time I'll wake up like 20 minutes before my alarm goes off. But I've also not gone to bed till 2 these last couple nights, and it's hitting me because I'm old. And so it's like, okay, I just gotta load up on caffeine. So that's what I did. It's what
you're staying up late and drinking lots of caffeine. So you're doing the like late teens, early 20s thing when you're in your 60s.
Yeah. That's the way. Yeah. Well, I mean, sure. I accept
maybe not by age.
I accept. But hey, I got my laundry done last night.
Yeah, I know. Well, kind of, because like there was a big gap in the middle that you didn't do anything. Because I needed to do laundry too, but then you started right when you got home, and then I couldn't do anything with it.
Oh, that's right. You weren't here all day like you normally are. I'm sorry.
I've been out of laundry for like days, but then everybody decides exactly the one time a month I do laundry that everybody has to do it at once.
I don't know what your laundry schedule is.
I need to
my stuff moving when it goes in.
No, you didn't.
I couldn't. I had to stream.
See, but you said you do, but then you didn't.
When I can help it.
Then usually you let it sit overnight.
Yeah, but nobody's going to be doing it in the middle of the night. So
yeah, but then you put it in how many times have you put it in the dryer in the morning?
In the morning? No, never.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let it sit while I'm at work unless I forget, which has happened once, and you'll never let me forget.
Yeah, because it was the time I needed to.
Yes. Yeah, I'm the same Jubbly, but he has this huge wardrobe, you see, because he's like a fashionista kind of fella. So some of us have enough clothes to wear. He's got enough clothes to put on a bra, like a show.
My mother gives me shirts every year for my birthday and for Christmas, and then I'll sometimes pick up some. I have still so many shirts from the past years that I have enough shirts to go an entire month. And then I bought enough underwear and socks to go a full month because why otherwise?
Why? Because you have a huge pile of socks somewhere.
I have a drawer full of socks. Yeah, my socks. I do all my whites at once. So I wanted to have enough socks that will fill a load. So I have my white shirts, and then I have socks, and so I'll do a full load of just white. So then you don't have those like what color is your white shirt there?
No, it's a gray shirt.
No, what color was it?
It's a gray shirt.
Yeah.
Prove otherwise.
No, so I do that purposely, but I don't like go and fold all my socks. I literally just shove them all in a drawer. I made sure that all my socks are the same brand, so all of them go with each other.
One of my dresser drawers is broken. I just throw all my stuff into a laundry bag, and then when I need to wear it, I pull it out of the laundry.
So wrinkly though.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Care all of a sudden?
You can just see like your shirt's all wrinkly.
It's fine. I've been wearing it all day. Of course it's wrinkled.
Not in some of the places it shouldn't be wrinkly.
I am a wrinkly fellow.
I care. Nolan cares.
Nolan cares. I will iron my shirts for you, Nolan.
I'll wait for
They're
Christmas
only
for the
little.
new section of the family. It's now a thing. Yeah, maybe I could, but really that's about maintaining stock. I bought some just so I could get up to that number. But yeah, sometimes, so when I actually do laundry, I do like 3 topped off loads, but then I'm good for a month.
Like if I really needed, like if I was doing like going somewhere where they might actually care, I can just toss whatever clothes are wrinkly, dryer for like 20 minutes, and then put it on. Boom. Not wrinkly.
Yeah, but
But what?
civilization, man. You live in a
Civilization
society.
is the reason I put on pants. I don't have to also not be wrinkly.
You are getting there.
Yes. I'm just gonna, my face will soon just match my clothes. That's all. Fine.
See, like it's Trixie is technically looking
That
at her,
works.
but if I were to look at this angle, it does not look like she's looking at her.
I don't work customer service, so like, my boss doesn't care that my shirts are wrinkly. He goes through the effort of like tucking in his shirt and stuff.
I haven't
I don't
dressed.
know why.
I haven't
I
dressed
see.
in like. Used to be that I would dress pants and a button-down shirt at work. Now, there was a director walking
Oh,
around today
jeans.
that was wearing a t-shirt and cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Nobody cared. The new rule is dress for what you're doing. So if you're going to be sitting in front of a customer, an outside customer, dress for that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah. Like why?
but it used to be they were very strict on it. Now, I mean, obviously, if you came in with like a Slipknot shirt and it's torn up, they're going to have problems with that. They want you to dress.
What's Slipknot? Specifically
I
Slipknot.
don't know. It was just something I thought of. So
If you come in here with your AC/DC nonsense, we'll have words.
no, so I wear appropriate clothing, but I still wear jeans and I always try to wear a long sleeve shirt. So something a long sleeve, and usually 2 shirts, so like a thinner one and another one. So I don't wear just a t-shirt to work.
Probably a good thing that I actually have to go and work every day for work, because otherwise I'd probably just be wearing the same like pair of pants for a week on end. Like,
Are you sure
just- yeah, I would just start like sliding around the house for all the showers I didn't take. Fun.
Mm-mm.
I have to go out in the world, so I gotta maintain a certain decorum. But yeah, I don't get the whole. If I get it, if you work in customer service, you gotta look nice. But the days of like everybody, regardless of what they're doing, has to wear a suit and tie. I hope that
The suit and tie thing was stupid. Like, I understand, like, there is, like, what they say, like, if you're going to study, or if you want help studying for a test, choose a specific type of bubble gum for every subject so that your brain ties a flavor to that. I can understand having dress wear so that it kind of gets your mind in a dress mode, because it's like switching your brain. So, like, I feel like I can't wake up in the morning if I don't get dressed. I can't just, like, go walk around with, like, my normal sleep clothes on. Like that, I wouldn't be able to wake up. It doesn't feel right.
there has been times at work where I am the only one there, and you know what happens? My shoes come off. 'Cause I don't want to work.
Oh,
with shoes.
I thought you were gonna say pants.
No, I still have like people drop off packages and stuff, but I ditch my shoes. I hate shoes. If I could walk around all the time without shoes,
No, not at work.
why not
'Cause-
at work?
No.
The shoes are hot. Besides, mine are held together with super glue. No, wait, glue stick glue.
Wait, duct tape. Wait, spit and needles. You wear a button-up shirt and slacks. Unless I'm in the field or something, I'm wearing polo and jeans. Well, yeah, but you also go to customers too, Alan. So I would think that if you're doing that, you got
My amazing shoe. Look,
you spent so much money on those. You're so happy about them.
it's all glue. No,
And then-
these were like $30.
Yeah, I know, but you were talking about how you had to get the nicer shoes.
These
Because
are
the other ones
shoes. That's why I was able to patch them up so easy.
with glue,
Yeah.
they still look like they've been beaten to hell.
They came that way. That's one of the magical things about it.
If you if you buy shit and
Yeah. It's like buying jeans that are torn off at the knee. You know, if you tear them up more, it's just more style. I don't want to put that shoe there. Michael, guys have clotheslines, dryer line. It's great for reducing wrinkles and preventing shrinking. What? I don't really care about wrinkles though. I don't care. Like, as long as I don't get arrested for public indecency, as far as I'm concerned, I'm fine. Everybody else who cares for whatever reason. It seems like one of those arbitrary things that we only do, like dress nice because people expect it, not because there's any.
Well, why are we
practical
dressing
sense.
at all? Why don't you just go? Why wouldn't you just like want to not wear any clothes? Because that's a natural state.
Well, I don't want to. Have you seen? Look at this.
I know, but then now
It's a
you're saying,
mess.
but you're saying like, no, these are all oppressive except this. Nope, we got a line
Oh, no.
here. We're not going past that line.
I want to. There are certain things I want to do, but then there are certain things that, this is like making your bed. Why? It doesn't make the bed more comfortable. It doesn't improve. Like,
Michael, you don't have any sheets in your bed.
I do have sheets. What are you talking about? I have a sheet. I have an Egyptian cotton sheet. It's quite nice.
Is it tucked in on the sides?
Yeah.
Do you ever take it out
It's cold to wash it.
to go under? Do you sleep under all your cover? Oh yeah, because you sleep like naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. So yeah, because in the middle of winter, I still don't understand why you don't have like warmer clothes to wear. It's to sleep in the middle of the winter when it's like -10 out.
No, I told you back when I lived in my own place, when it was cold out, I would just wear like 3 pairs of pants at a time.
No, I mean like to
instead of paying
bed.
for heat. Why would I wear clothes to bed?
Because it's cold.
That's what covers are for.
Yeah, but then you got the great oppressor.
Great oppressor?
The blanket. Going under covers that are tucked in, I hate that.
Oh, the covers aren't tucked in. The sheets are tucked in.
No, I don't like, but you're still under the sheets.
Why would I be under the
I
sheets?
thought you said you're under the sheets.
I'm not under the sheets. I'm on top of the sheets.
But then if it's not tucked in, then the cold air can get out. Well, yeah, that's why you picked a bed that was so large that there's no possible way that could ever lift it up.
No idea what you're talking about. That's not how beds work.
No, like you don't have a foot that goes off the edge and it pushes it a little bit, and now the cold air can come in.
I sleep under heavy blankets.
I know, but if your foot goes off the
Comforters.
side, then it's still going to have
Why did my
gravity.
foot go off the side?
Well, that's why I'm saying you have like a double king.
Yes. I have a king size
That's
bed.
half
That's all
taken
for
up
me.
by pony.
Yeah, like I have 4 pony pillows on my bed now. Yeah, I sleep on a king. I am a king.
I would actually have her step back.
With comfort. This conversation's awesome, by the way. This is the important topic.
Important topics. Yeah, because all I do is I have sheets and a comforter on my bed, but I never use it. I have a single blanket that goes over it. That's a pretty warm one, and then if it's colder in the winter, I have a second one that I'll bring on with it. But otherwise, I don't like anything tucked in. Like it has to be loose.
I have 2 standard pillows on my bed, 4 pony pillows, 3 comforters, and then,
And a partridge in a pear tree.
and then of course my Egyptian cotton sheets. And then I have some spare blankets.
Me and my Egyptian cotton.
Hey,
10,000 thread count.
high thread count. You can make cotton feel like silk. I don't know that I'd feel comfortable in silk though. A little bit too slippery.
I like fuzzy blankets. I don't like.
I don't.
Well,
hate fuzzy blankets.
I like fuzzy blankets.
But not itchy.
Itchy, no, because again, I usually have like shorts in it. Well, in the summer I won't wear a shirt, But in the winter, I'll usually have a long sleeve shirt, like it's a pajama top. They're like the thermal ones, so they're very thin, but they're very warm.
If I'm drunk,
I know, but the ones that I wear are very thin. They're like very floppy, but they're very warm, so they're just really nice in the winter.
oh
Yeah, but if you go to
Throw on
sleep,
another
but then you're going to sleep with your jeans on too. So
yeah, it's because I'm either so exhausted that I lie down for a second, passed out,
that happens more
or
often
I'm
than
drunk.
you imply.
It probably would have happened today.
You just had a bunch of coffee.
I did. So it would probably, if I did manage to fall asleep, I'd be like screaming in my dream. I can see how the nest is a good idea. Like the nest in your bed.
See how the nest is a good idea too. Since I think the nest is the most comfortable. I don't like to make my bed. I prefer nice, comfortable nest. Okay, yeah, that's what he means. He just likes that everything gets bunched up around them so that they're living in a crater of blankets.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to pretend that I was a hamster because we had hamsters. We loved hamsters, and we'd make a huge pile of covers, a huge pile, and we would just climb under them and fall asleep, like curl up in a ball. That's what hamsters do. So that's a weird thing I did as a kid.
Sure, that's the first.
That's the line.
That's the line. No, that's not a line. That was a fun thing we did as kids.
I know, but like I would have thought that all throwing bees at kids would have been the weird, but no, the hamster thing.
Like
you know, normal kid things.
Yeah, that's a normal kid thing. I guess.
Doing imagination. That's kids. Kind of if you don't have an imaginative childhood filled with doing a make believe and all that, then you didn't have a childhood.
Did you, as a kid, have a cover that generated a lot of static electricity?
Oh yeah.
Did you turn off the lights and then lift the cover up?
Yeah, I had to furry one of the fuzzy ones, and then you kind of do that, and then you're like, yeah,
that was fun.
It's so fun. I still have that blanket.
Yeah,
my parents, when I was young, I had this red like quilt, and they folded it up and put it in a box, and I still have it. It's downstairs. It's the same blanket I used to do that with.
I see it. Fun
Sure, that's the first.
No, I couldn't. I don't need that blanket for that.
Sure, that's the first.
No, I don't like fuzzy blankets.
Sure, that's the first.
So I don't have any like that anymore. When I was a kid,
That works.
not even when I was a kid, pretty much up through college, I used to just have a sleeping bag that I had on the bed that I would sleep in. Because that's just what I was comfortable with. Like a heavy, but
Sure,
I'm
that's
still
the
like
first.
pretty
There's
big
no
on the
doubt.
comforter. I don't think I have any normal blankets on my.
Are you sure that's the first?
I guess that's just what I like.
So there's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's the first.
I'm gonna put her hair kind of settle down there. Let me see where it's gonna lay.
That's the person. There's no.
Okay, that works. Might have to play with the eye positioning a little
That's the
later.
person.
Let me see if I can turn the. I can turn the neck of him. I said to be careful. I wanted to make sure that that part of her body was twisted. And actually, I could probably even. It doesn't make any sense. Having it like this, it should be more like this.
Incident. He did.
You say you're doing this for another anthology? Yes, this is for anthology. I don't know, 7 point something. 8 minus some decimal. I have anything but 8.
Yes.
No, they announced it publicly at Windy City. They're going to be premiering the next anthology at Ciderfest. Anthology is basically still going. They're just making less of a big deal about it. They're trying to.
If it happens, it happens. They don't announce it a year ahead of time.
So they're not doing the big anthology 8, like because the spectacles don't really happen anymore like they happened at BronyCon. So instead, they're just saying, well, we're still going to make fun stuff, but we're going to put less stress on it and not. as overproduce it as they did before. Before, some of the intros would take months to do, or credits would take months. Now they're doing a little less of that. Instead, they're just saying, let's just make fun stuff, have fun with it, release it when we're ready, and have fun, and then whatever.
I realized they didn't care anymore the moment they gave me an application.
They're somewhat flexible on stuff.
I would make something, but I'm too busy doing other stuff right now. Pony related, but
That's the
and
person.
it goes nowhere. Really slow, but it's a lot of work. And I actually had somebody today actually message me on Derpy Boo, like, "Are you the guy who made that mod?
That's the
When's it
person.
gonna be updated?" Like, wow,
And then
tracking me down.
and then you go and you point at 15AI and you say, you blame that man. Or
Yeah.
woman. A lot of stress around it.
We
Oh
still
yeah,
invite 'em.
Jay Holler, I've talked to him a bunch about and like got the information on that. It's a lot of work because it's not just like, hey, there's a bunch of videos, let's throw them together. There's timing, like theming certain times. Like they'll be like, okay, well at this time our theme is Canada, and so like for a bunch of these shorts kind of all fell around Canada, and it's like it just happens to be when they get all of them, they have to figure out where they all go. You have to mix in high energy shorts. You have to make sure that those high energy ones, because when they're played live, people are going to like maybe be banging the ground or clapping their hands, that there isn't something immediately afterwards that's going to be said out loud because they might not catch it. So there's a lot of that logistics they have to go into to make it work, and it is a lot of work. Plus herding sheep. You got to get everybody to have all the content done like a month before the actual due date. So that they have the time to edit and get everything together.
That's one about how it's going right now.
That's
It's just like if you don't make the due date, your thing just go into the next one, if it happens, which might likely.
Yeah, but still, they prefer to get it in the current one.
Yeah. But yeah, no stress.
I don't know if I'll do another one other than this one though.
I have idea.
I might try to do something really, really quick, but I usually try to make something for everyone because I feel like if I now miss one, like
Anthologist
well,
anymore.
because they have the panels and then I go to the panels, but then it feels like if I didn't make anything, why I shouldn't be there. I shouldn't be like on the panel. Well, I'm not really on the panels ever. I usually am in Windy City because they have less people at a Cider Fest. I usually off to the side, let the bigger people involved.
I get that feeling, but it's kind of like
No doubt.
Star Wars conventions still want to see George Lucas, even though he hasn't worked on a Star Wars film.
Yeah, but I have other
How
panels
long?
that I do. Anthology's not one I need. That's Jay's and other people's thing.
First, there's
I'd say
there's
part of it more so than some.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that have put in 15, 20 shorts. I'll put in one.
Yeah, but the amount of effort
Not always. Some of those people put in a ton of effort for some stuff.
I've seen some of that stuff. Confusing, incredibly low effort.
Some of them, guys.
Yes, but I mean, sometimes if the joke hits, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can have way more laughs on a joke that for a short that you took 20 minutes on than something that somebody put. Like this is going to get some chuckle. It's not going to get a straight up laugh. So, but I don't care. It's entertainment.
That's exactly how I used to feel about the Fallout and mod. Because I spent like 120 hours on the bobbleheads, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Like, the Dolphin mod. There was like 3 people who promoted it on their YouTube channels. I'm like, I was drunk. It took 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, it's so dumb.
What gets popular is completely random, but having something shareable, that is something that's shareable.
Yes.
It's somebody going, why does this exist?
Yeah, because one day I got drunk and said, "Can I have that dolphin model? I have an eye." And then a few hours later, I'm like, "Take this."
Yeah, that to me is, but it's shareable. Well, the bobbleheads aren't really shareable. So you can send little pictures and whatever, but the video of a dolphin thing, that's
Yes.
way more fun.
With an amazing sound.
I think you could be on a panel for Anthology. Oh no, I've been many times. like, but it's normally like Winnie City. There's only like 3 or 4 anthologists there, so then that's usually 4 microphones. So I'll go up on it. But for Cider Fest, there's usually like sometimes close to a dozen or something. Like there's at least 6, 7, or 8. You can't get that many on stage anyway. So no, like what was it last Cider Fest? They were low on security, so I helped get everybody in line, and I spent a lot of the time outside the door getting that prepped. And then I think I had to run off to do something else during the panel. Actually, my main contribution to the anthology panels is Jay just needs a laptop and he always uses mine. That's the main thing.
I can criticize some like shorts for being incredibly low effort, but you know who did low effort stuff that made no sense, but was amazing, and I kind of miss them. Limey. Remember Limey stuff?
Not directly. I know. I'm like with most people that watch my stuff. Is if you told them who I was, they wouldn't know what it was that I did specifically. But the other way around.
Remember the one with the Rarity Windows XP background where it just goes the whole time? That's so dumb and incredibly low effort, but for some reason it's burned into my brain. Burned into everybody's brain.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, that's a good one. And Frexus did a SFM version of it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in your mind.
Funny the things we remember.
I was well known enough you can walk in and be asked to be on a pretty much any panel and they say hell yeah. I've had it like a couple different conventions I've went to that I think it was BabsCon twice actually. Their deadlines were super late, so I never actually applied for anything. But at both of those, I was on a panel, and I didn't even know I was going to be on it until last minute. It's usually Minty. Minty literally will just be like, "Hey, I'm doing an animation panel. You're going to be on it." I'm like, "Okay," because I'm like, "What's it about? Animation? Okay." Look, I have no idea what they're going into.
It's rough doing a panel by yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any others that I don't think there's many. Only one panel I can think of that I was at, and I got pulled to be on it for a little while. But I don't really go to many panels.
People have tried to put you on panels without even asking.
Yeah, that's happened before too.
There's no doubt.
Nobody could say no to Minty Root. Minty Root's amazing.
Minty's awesome, yeah.
I feel bad for Minty Root. Having one of his videos that he worked on for a very long time and put an incredible amount of effort into getting marked for kids.
Yeah, but that's happened to everybody.
Not who is it who's managed to something really they basically just curse at the every video with a cartoon skunk.
Oh yeah, okay. I refuse to do that though. That is such a. It's like saying, "Here's a problem, so we'll fix the problem by making it worse," which means then YouTube will just double down. I don't like that. Yeah. I haven't had a video marked for kids for like months. Like all my recent stuff, I haven't. One of them
has it's either violent or has drinking or
no, like the Star Wars one.
Yeah,
that one didn't.
It did laser guns.
Yeah, is Star Wars. Okay, Star Wars is made by Disney.
Yeah, it's not kids.
Yeah, but they still market to such.
They market to everyone.
Clone Wars. It's a 3D animation. It's made for kids, and they have lasers and lightsabers.
That one, a little bit more so, but
yeah. So no, that one definitely could have been, and it wasn't. But I'm just kind of actually, my biggest one is there is a drop down in YouTube that says like what category does this fall under, and I used to put animation. I no longer do that. I always use comedy. And because I'm not lying, it's comedy. There's nothing that says like, which of these do you pick? So I picked comedy, and I have not, since I've done that, none of the new videos have been marked that way. I went through, and I think even Retro did it, but also in a lot of older videos, I just removed references to MLP for certain ones. If they were non-revenue gaining any, I just didn't care anyway. But if you don't put MLP or My Little Pony as a tag, it makes so people can't find your video then, and that's just as bad as Made for Kids then. So I still need to put the tag in there. So as far as I can tell, that drop down is the only real thing I'm doing different now. And I try to put like aggressive words in my tags, So like the derpies fighting, I'll put certain words in there. I can't remember what I put with that one, but like
Violence.
combat. Nope. Because if you put violent, you're going to limit your audience too. Because some people don't want violence.
Did blow up a planet.
And like, so what if they want My Little Pony, but they don't want violence? Stuff? Well, now they're not going to get your content either. So
at the fandom.
So like somebody swearing in their video, by doing that, instead you're saying, well, I don't want to be made for kids. I want this audience. But now you started swearing, so now you're going to lose most of
The
it.
skunk at the very end just basically says animation is for bleeping everyone.
Yeah, but that still means
So-
you have to tag it for swearing.
Yeah,
and
that's
then that
what
will
keeps it
limit your,
safe.
but that will limit your audience too.
Yeah.
Because you still have, even a bleep is considered a level 1 swear.
But you don't want the kids anyways, because
It's not about the kids. It's
There's
even
no advertising money.
it's going to look at the content somebody's watching, and if like say I watch mostly educational content, it's not going to probably recommend me violent content because I'm not looking for it.
My feed recommends me both.
Yeah, because
It's called World War II documentaries.
There's no doubt.
It's both violent and educational.
yeah,
You
it's
med history?
it's a it's a double-edged sword of if doing that, because you can very easily just remove another type of audience too. So I mean, if the joke requires some swearing, sure, go right ahead. But if you're doing it for that purpose, especially if people do it right in the beginning, if you swear in the first 7 seconds, I think it is, that's considered even more significant, and it's a bigger no.
I think everybody knows not to swear within the first few seconds.
There's no doubt in
It's
your.
like within the first 30
There's
seconds.
no doubt in
Because if you're just jumping on, and because a lot of videos would probably do, that was kind of the thing 10 years ago, that where somebody would want to be edgy, so they would just
There's no
curse up
doubt-
a storm. That was what
Your
it was
mind.
to be.
Are you
Mother,
sure
that's
that's the
still
person? There's no
something.
doubt in your mind.
Maybe it is. Maybe
There's no doubt in your mind.
it's like, look at the rebel
There's
that
no
I
doubt
am.
in your
I can
mind.
say all the forbidden words, like Voldemort.
Yeah, but that was
Pickle
back
stew.
when there was less videos and less algorithm dependent. You could kind of do other stuff because there was still a large audience, but not big enough that they couldn't find it. Now you have a lot of crap to filter through.
You know what I want to do? I want to make up a curse word in a video, and it's going to become so popular that it actually becomes an actual curse word, and then they ban the video because what it was. I want it to be pickle snoot.
No,
You're a pickle snoot.
you can work on that one all you want.
Nope, it's
Um,
done.
Group of face. Oh no.
Give a pony a pickle.
Who could even? Oh, you're answering that one. Some people are using random swears in the description to avoid the 4 kids. It seems to be working. Again, you're still going to be limiting audience by doing that, because there's like the levels of swearing. I think there's 4. Is like the first one is light swearing or bleep swears. So if you still go bleep button, that is still level 1 profanity.
That protection.
And it also is like no swearing within the first 7 seconds or 15. I can't remember what it is anymore. But then like level 2, it's not really about the words that are used, but the amount of words that are used. So if you start getting to the point that you just start putting random swears everywhere, it might start knocking you up that meter. And if you start going into 2 or 3, you're going to lose.
You must have one.
Advertisers will pay more for the broader spectrum, and usually you get the higher revenue ads where people that don't want to pay, or for the ones that have those certain types of swears, well, they're all you're going to get now.
Funny,
So
because if you don't get to at least that first, advertiser probably won't pay nothing if you.
no, you still get ads, but they're non-targeted. And the
Yeah,
problem
so they
is
don't-
targeted ads suck, but at the same time they pay better. It's not even because most people click. It's because when an advertiser buys at revenue or like ad space, they will pay more to have their ads targeted, because that ads, they'll get maybe 1/10 the amount of ads for the same price, but it's going to people that will be their audience.
Yeah.
So yeah, Made for Kids still has revenue. It's just not nearly as low, and YouTube recommends things based on interactivity, and different ways to do that are watch the video, like the video, and leave a
Like and
comment.
subscribe.
Leave a comment, subscribe. Those are 4 different ways. Go in the community tab. Any way you interact with a channel is like a checkbox. When you remove comments, and I think even likes, who knows, you're removing a type of interaction. So that's why a lot of people will say like, subscribe, leave and tell me what you think, because they want you to do those things because it's algorithm.
That's to be fair.
I know.
I'm debating whether or not I should get a booze or load up on even more caffeine.
You can go get the
Coke.
hard cider, or make a whiskey Coke, and you get both.
No, dude.
Or whiskey pepper. No, I haven't done any swears or anything in a lot of my stuff recently. But the Star Wars one didn't get marked. The other one, the one nice thing with the Twilight going down the hallways, I could mark it horror. I don't think there's many kids horror. It's not going to be like kids version of like Freddy. It's just like, look at, he's so cute. No, I don't think that exists. So I think that's a tag that I'm safe on. But it was probably also why that video performed very badly. I need a horse. Introduced last animation, missing out. Got the 4 children treatment, which sucks for him. Yeah, but if you were to look at the content, he doesn't have much push on it though, because you can say because it's the bad thing with the made for kids is it's about saying that a content it's intended for children. He might not have made it that way, but to the general definition of the world, it could be seen that way very, very easily. But that's where with a lot of different content is that it just has this gray area that adults like watching some kids' cartoons. I mean, that's not a problem. The problem is when then they start mixing and matching, and like people that are adults are making it for adults. It wasn't intended for kids, but it kind of is by some general definition. The whole 4 kids thing just needs to go away. It's just stupid. No. Well, it would. At this point, no. I think it's stuck. It's well enough past it. Pinkie Pie. I haven't done Pinkie on this for a long time. We can do that. Get down here. Horse. Okay. And okay, so what's Pinkie doing? Michael, did you check 15 AI today? Is it up? You checked? Michael! Down.
I just not even be accessible. Slowly disappears. Now I have this feeling everybody's gonna need their own cursor song. Keep their channel from being more from kids, because YouTube lost way too much money in that lawsuit.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the solution.
No, but it's keeping the lawsuits at bay. That's what they were looking for a solution for. They don't care about anything else.
No, but then what if your kid did want to watch it?
They still can.
Okay, but you're swearing at them. Like my big thing was when like say 8 years ago, I had nieces and nephews that were in the 4 to 5 range, and they watched my stuff. So let's say I just started putting the F word in it. Is that right?
No, but the whole thing wasn't the reason for kids had nothing to do with actually.
It doesn't matter. But now I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So now I'm almost forcibly putting that on kids I know.
You could bleep it. They'll reach that level 1.
Yeah. Is that right? For your 5-year-old?
No.
Okay, but now I made the choice.
Well,
so now it's on me. I made a choice.
You made a choice because somebody else made a choice.
Okay,
screw you over.
Yeah, but it's still now I'm left with it. It's two wrongs don't make a right. So you're saying, oh well, I guess I have to do that. Sorry, Timmy. I hope you now can warm up that good old F for your first word.
As long as his first word's just bleep. Beep. The thing is, it's not about the whole thing. Wasn't even about protecting kids. It's about protecting. It's about having if another lawsuit comes their way,
it wasn't about
they can point at
It wasn't protecting the content. It was protecting.
It's protecting YouTube against rogue.
It was about tracking too. The big thing is tracking the kids.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole COPA was about It's about protecting them from being tracked.
The thing about COPA was though, it got passed in like 2009. Nobody cared for a long time.
Well, that's a lot of laws though.
And then, after a certain point, Google pissed off some people. Those people found a reason to snap back at Google, and COPA was it. That was it. So for kids, it basically just exists so that if that comes up again, Google can point at it and say, see, we're doing what you told us. This is what we came up with. Are you happy? Don't sue us again. That was expensive.
Then you just have to find. Then they probably have a loophole in there already. People just have to find it. So
yeah,
the way I see it is most of the stuff that's made for kids. The issue is animation. I just stopped marking my animation.
I don't want you to put the curse of the skunk in because they don't want to do.
I refuse because then again I'm starting to push things onto people that are going to watch it that I don't want to do. So now I'm becoming the bad guy instead of YouTube.
It's like tipping in America. When you don't tip, it's your fault that the employees don't get paid. But we all have to tip because they'll spit on our food otherwise.
No, I'm not gonna be a part of that culture.
I don't like it either, but
you don't make content. You're trying to tell other people how to do things.
But I don't.
But you don't do it.
I'm not telling other people how to do things.
You are.
I'm saying what the reality of the situation is.
That's
an observer.
You're being nihilistic. Of like, well, I guess everything fucking sucks, so might as well dig a little deeper.
I'm saying it fucking sucks and we have no power or control over any of it.
We do.
And it's not going to change. This has nothing to do with anyone on YouTube. It has to do with senators and lawyers.
Oh, I thought there was like a... Okay, I want to know why... This is a tassel.
Yeah.
Right? The person didn't know what this was called.
They did not.
So it's called Thingy 1, Thingy 2, and Thingy 3.
The thingy on the hat. I love it.
It's the hat thingy.
I love that thingy.
I know it's a tassel. Why do people not know what it is? I don't know. I just loaded models because Michael literally wouldn't stop. So,
what?
I'm trying to like do something. And I was gonna ask questions and stuff, but no. Okay. Well, you're not watching me. You were talking. Do you know how many times that you've got so deep into a conversation of something that I was just like doing cute horses and socks? You were looking at the screen and didn't even notice.
There's cute horses. I like that outfit she's in.
See, now you're just noticing it. She's been in this outfit for a while.
No, I just now noticed the outfit. I just now compliment.
Okay, she got the hat on, but this hat like doesn't. It's not made for horse.
Wait.
She's gonna get graduated.
It's not made for her.
No, but there's no bone for the top of the hair. So, I mean, I got it fixed. There, is that better?
No.
She it's all tucked in.
They would just set that for just the front hair.
No, this is made for person. It's not made for horse.
It's a hat.
Okay, what is she graduating from?
She graduated in pickling. She has a degree in pickling. Yeah, she can pickle anything.
You know, I'm gonna shove her in a jar and drown her, right?
Don't put ponies in jars.
I know, like I'm gonna put her in a jar of pickles.
Better than that.
I'm gonna put her in a jar of pickles, and she's gonna be like blah 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 blah. So like, what can you think of that I'm not going to turn negative?
She's got a degree in hugging bunnies.
Hugging bunnies. Okay,
Yes.
so strangling bunnies.
No, giving hugs to bunnies. Be nice to bunnies. That is a terrifying bunny. That's a cute bunny. That is not a cute. This is a head. No, don't let him just the head. Horrible. I'm gonna put her in a jar, Argo. Thank you, Sir Edward.
Cool.
And thank you very much, Stig, for the
Wait, where did
for the first time. Oh, you gifted it. Okay, thank you very much, Sunset, for the gift sub.
Put that down. Scootaloo just went up to a bunny and ripped its head off. Because that looks like. Fluttershy's very upset.
She's like, rip a tear.
Scootaloo. You're just making body aura now.
Mm-hmm.
Poor bunny. Scootabun. Bunaloo. Peter. Late. She's late for a very important date. To be euthanized
Yo.
is absolutely horrifying.
Okay, I think the head needs to be a bit bigger. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Adam's just screaming.
I just hear, you don't know anything about Minecraft. Screaming in the house. Oh god. That's why it's stealing my act.
Okay, there you go. So we got Scooter Bunny. You know what? Maybe it's
Is that what we settled with?
Wait, that's not what. Actually, no. Her hair is gonna explode.
Pretty sure what's happening on the screen is it's violent. Despite
human? There's no humans.
Despite no human being directly involved.
No. Okay. I'll give you that.
You want to put a human? You don't need a human. They're gross.
Oh, I can't actually.
Shade of his gray bunny now. Trying to make it an orange bunny?
Yeah, but it's got some color stuff that I'm probably. Actually, no, maybe I can.
My little bunny, my little bunny. Never knew how loud they could scream. Yes.
So
I've
we're
heard
gonna
bunny
do-
scream. Not pleasant. You know, I saw a pretty amazing sight today. Speaking of animals screaming.
I don't like wording with that.
No, like I was in the back in the shipping area. Oh, that actually closer
It
before.
was brighter. It was too bright.
But no, I was in the back in the shipping area at work today, and there's like this heating system that's in like the shipping area, just heater that's attached to the outside. I saw the vent. I heard this knocking noise at the vent. It's like, what is up there? Is there somebody up there? And and all of a sudden I see the vent get slammed, like something shifts it hard. And I'm just like, holy crap. So I opened the door to the back, and sure enough, comes darting off the roof this giant freaking crow, like one of the biggest crows I ever saw, and it is flailing like mad. And I couldn't tell. It was going in circles. It was flying through the trees, like actually the trees, rather than like around them. Just going through the dense branches. And it came around a circle, and I noticed something odd about it. And I got a closer look. Some songbird had latched itself to this crow, like held on, and was pecking the crap out of it. It's amazing.
I think that crow probably stole a baby or something.
It was after a nest or something.
Yeah.
And that songbird, it wasn't like, I've seen birds like keep up and peck it, like crows and stuff, or hawks, small songbirds. But this one had just latched onto it. was like on its back, and
Wow.
the crow was freaking out.
Okay, so she got a.
Let me take a picture of that.
So there's Scootaloo, and she's. She says where? She says nay.
Yes, got
Bah.
confused somewhere in there. It's
And
basically just a G5 bunny. That is.
she's
That's
like,
the show now. It's good bunny.
good bunny Lou. Whoop.
No,
But it's horse.
is it?
If I were to show you this and you're like, do you want to boop this horse? You'd say yes.
I say yes, and then you would it would be a trap.
But
Like,
you
oh
would-
no! I think definitely that bites. Look at that thing. There's no way that doesn't bite. It probably like infects you with some horrible disease.
Well, like, see, okay.
You'll never
So
come back
let's
from.
say I'm looking at this and I said, would you boop that?
No,
See?
you're evil.
You said yes. Okay, boop.
Why are you evil? Stop being evil.
Come on.
Oh, a tiny head.
A tiny brain.
I feel like she's like, help. Witch doctor.
Oh, see, you said you boop. Okay, so she's
Boop.
the other one.
I would tell the time I heard bunnies scream, but not appropriate for children.
So she's like BFF with Buddha Bunny.
Okay.
That's what it's basically. Yes.
Hello.
There we
It
go.
does kind of look like a rat.
I'm like backwards. Yeah, Scooter button needs to move forward.
And a hop. Yes. Let's have that thing flying at the knights. Biting them.
And so she's like going on. This is her new favorite.
I don't like it. Don't like how well it works. The fact that all the bones are working properly upsets me.
Because I set it up. Because I know what I'm doing. That's why.
Since when? Look at this. This isn't the action of someone who knows what they're doing. This is the actions of a madman. This is just throwing shit at the wall.
Okay. See, then she's posing for a picture.
The actions were genius. Don't give him ideas. I love this slanted camera. Makes it very 90s. Need some triangles in the background. That's how you finish it up. Style.
There we go. Look, like it's the best friends forever.
Do you feel like the clothes that the Equestria girls wore?
This is from her graduation.
Mm-hmm.
This is her in Applejack.
Yes. It's definitely Applejack.
It kind of looks like Applejack.
Yes, triangles are purple, green, and blue. And like, that's what you need. Basically, just type in Taco Bell from the 90s, and that's
No.
the background. 90s Taco Bell. Or Saved by the Bell. And something with a bell in it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see those triangles? Oh, those
When
triangles.
I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets out of warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab
Is
my
it pretty
phone, I
nostalgic?
give myself a
Yeah, I'm
look
sure.
up at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by.
No.
It's alright, cause I'm safe out of bed.
I used to watch that like every morning before school. Like when it was not maybe I don't know if it was new, but
I don't know what happened to most of the people.
actually, what happened to him?
He completely fell off the earth.
I'm actually curious. Hold on, now I'm curious.
Like, Gonna Read actually fell off the earth. He had an accomplishment. I know what happened to Screech. That's like a whole thing. The one guy, I can't remember, Slater.
So yeah, he still does stuff.
He still does stuff. I've
So
seen
it's
him.
Mark Paul.
The rest of them kind of just
Wow.
just the same guy but with a beard. He's a baseball player now? He played baseball. Or did he
Wait.
play a character?
Oh, that's something else.
I was going to say. So he,
Um,
a lot of movies. Anyway, apparently he did one episode where he reprised his
Did
role
Robot
as
Chicken.
Zack and,
he did Robo Chicken 2 episodes.
you know,
Yeah, I'm not seeing
most things.
CSI did 4 episodes. Franklin and Bash. I mean, apparently that was popular enough. They did 40 episodes. Raising the Bar, 25 episodes.
And a few things that I don't really know anything about.
Yeah, not much in here that like we're already like into the early 2000s. So yeah, I don't think he's doing much.
He's doing stuff. He's not dead.
He was wait, Saved by the Bell 2021 to 2020. Wait, did they bring it back?
They must have brought it back where he was a producer.
Oh my god,
they did
no.
They did a remake for a year.
Why would you remake? All it was kids in high school. They've already done that.
Oh no, I don't know that anybody wants to that nostalgia trip.
Yeah, so apparently he hasn't done much. But if you were to show me that picture and say, what do you know him from? I would not know. Like,
Yeah, no.
like there's no way I would have made that connection.
Well, because his hair's a different color.
Because yeah, I know Screech is dead.
Yeah,
And then Zach Galifianakis, is that guy's name?
Zach Galifianakis.
Or no, Mario Lopez. That's something.
I was gonna say,
I don't know why I got that messed
Zach
up.
Galifianakis.
And then nobody else mattered.
Yeah, Mario Lopez still does stuff. I still
Yeah.
see.
He was the Colonel.
Oh yeah,
That was
And-
actually
and the,
hilarious.
because he's still like crazy fit. Like not fit, he stayed
Oh yeah.
8-pack.
Well, that was kind of his character. I think at that point, he like suddenly went the other way.
Well, he
that-
made sure to maintain it even into the 50s, which is not easy to do. I think even
Mhm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger said at a certain point he had to start doing what he does maintain because there's just no way at a certain age.
Well, no, he's still a good-looking. I mean, how old is he? Like 80s?
Yeah, but he says straight up he does crush on steroids to me.
Yeah, but I mean, but I'm not saying he's like he's as beef. I mean, there's no way you
Yeah.
can keep that up. But he's still like good. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you're doing
Yes,
steroids, that's
Well, he has a career to but I get it.
he was a senator or a governor or whatever.
Yeah, but now he's like that.
Yeah, but it's not like oh, I'm for keeping up for governor. I better go and like do my steroids.
He gonna be the governor.
The governor. Do you remember like it was Minnesota? Do you remember Jesse Ventura?
His name rings a bell.
He was governor of Minnesota for a while, and he was a pro wrestler.
No.
And he was Jesse the Body in wrestling, but when he went into politics, he became Jesse the Mind. And like he was
Okay.
very stupid, but the one thing he did really good was he put a ton of money into public transportation. Most of the light rails that we have are because of his push.
No, it's good.
So like he did that. So he wasn't a bad, but he was just at least Arnold, like he has the funny accent, but that's mainly because of the character he played and like the way he spoke of his character. But he was still he was a pretty good governor overall. Where Jesse Ventura was just he was just stupid.
Yeah.
He did some good things, but he was stupid. Cheer yourself, Kitty.
I do kind of wish Taco Bell had maintained the 90s aesthetic. Would have been.
Sure, that's the person.
They
There's no doubt in
really
your
hit up-
mind.
They kind of really hit up the whole triangle.
That's the
bright
person. There's no
colors
doubt in
thing
your mind.
on yellow backgrounds.
I don't think I care because
What,
It's-
for 90s nostalgia?
no, Taco Bell.
Oh, I get not caring for Taco Bell. You know what would be a really cool 90s thing for Taco Bell to do? Bring back the old taco meat so that we can get super cheap tacos again.
You can bring your own sawdust and say mix it in.
Yeah, but they won't charge me less. Not their thing. You ever ask one of the kids that's working around something that
There's no doubt in your
on their
mind.
menu, they'll just start hyperventilating and crash.
Well, first off, you have to try to get somebody's attention at the register because, like, does Taco Bell even have a register? Or is that like McDonald's too?
Probably like the manager will.
I think other than I think a McDonald's, I have not been inside of a fast food restaurant. And I think a Wendy's. I think those are the only two.
Culver's count. Culver's is fast food.
Yeah, that one hasn't changed in years. But like maybe other than Culver's, but it's usually as a group thing. I just haven't. I don't go to fast food like at all.
That's why I've had a Wendy's gift card burning a hole in my pocket for 2 years. I keep trying to pay you with it for rent. Won't you take it this month? Just the Wendy's gift card?
My kids actually used to pay me back in Target gift cards.
Just the $10 for the whole month.
So there's one time we were like at a convention, and I think for the hotel it was like $130 or something. He just gave me $130 in Target gift card, and then for something else it was like $100. He just gave me another $100. What for this? But it was his work had perks.
Yeah.
For you'd get free gift cards if you did something, but he never bought anything at Target.
Yeah.
So he just was like, "Can I pay you in Target gift cards?" That's where our grocery store was. So I was like, "Well, sure."
He has a very strict diet.
Yeah.
And the only place he shops is Costco.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that's. I don't have to go into that, but yeah, just I could get at Target.
Ken, does he have that carrot yet?
No, it makes no sense. You show me an episode where Saul is eating a carrot on the stand.
I picture him eating a vegetable.
No, you said carrot.
Okay.
And it has to be in court. And if you go to an AI generator,
He's a little hard on my old phone.
no,
New phone.
no, you don't have to. It doesn't generate the picture. Do you know how AI works?
Yes.
They generate the picture on the server, so why would your phone matter? Why are you going to your second phone?
No, focus on what you're
Why are
doing.
you using two
Don't
phones?
focus on what I'm doing.
There's no doubt in your mind. That's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
That's a bit better. I like that. Lean in a bit more.
There's no doubt in your mind.
No, I haven't looked at any. Try this for.
Down in your mind.
I'm probably gonna lean her down a little bit more. I'm kind of at that point with the neck where you can only go to so far before it starts creasing and getting a little weird. And I'm kind of at that point, so I don't go too further down unless I want to drop the chest more.
Person. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time. Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
Okay, I do need to back her up a little bit more. Okay. To like here maybe.
Are you sure that's the person? There's no doubt in your mind.
I'm gonna move this a little bit more too. Back here.
There's no doubt in your mind. Are you sure that's the person? There's no doubt in your mind.
Yeah, I kind of want to maybe put a little bit more head tilt or something. Oh, I think actually I could probably just go like there. I think I might.
There's no doubt in your mind.
So I want to kind of make it look like he's trying to get up under her chin, like keeping up. Carrot Court. Burger King I worked at had a huge play place with 3 stories. Oh, and did you play in it? Because I mean that kind of weird, but also fun. Taking tray in a slide, like a spinny tube slide. We used to do that at McDonald's when I worked there. You just get in a tray and you just sit on it, and because there's like no friction, that you more than likely break the tray, but you just throw it away, and then eventually they just get short on trays and order more. I don't care. It was like 20 years ago. Totally did play in it. Yeah, we had a play place in mind, but it wasn't that big.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's.
Okay, so her eyes. Let's go with. I'm gonna remove relaxed. That is enough there. Remove relaxed. Go. See, one of the reasons I like doing keyframing too is normally if I'm like doing this with animation over time with fallout, if you go to like 0 and you keep going, it can start causing issues because you're flattening out at the top and bottom, and it just extends that flatten out the more you push it. But with the keyframes, you don't have to worry about that. I can literally just slide it all the way and I'm good. Sometimes it can go negative, but as long as you see the little white slit on the edge there, it means you're in the positive. But if I were to go like this and let's say have an increase, and then I did actually, let's say this was a bit more negative like here, and then I think I do it from here. Oh no, it didn't do it. There are times where I've been able to get it go negative, and it's really annoying. Especially when you forget. The reason why it sucks. Do that.
Sure, that's.
I'm gonna raise that a little bit more. I'm gonna have her like. I want to have her squint a little bit.
Sure, that's the person. There's. Sure, that's.
And not squinting like is squinting like it makes sense when you're straight on, but she's like very to the side of her face. So it just squinting doesn't make much sense when you're turning your eyes that much because when you're squinting, it's already hard to see. If I was going to do that, I'd have to have her head turned more, and I don't really want to. So I can squint kind of, but I don't think I can do like a one-eyed squint. Oops. And do two eye.
All the online AI generators all like either cost money or require you to sign up to sketchy websites.
You're not signed up to OpenAI?
ChatGPT and stuff.
Yeah, but ChatGPT has Dolly.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah. Well, no, you have to buy credits now.
No, you still usually have 20 a month.
Well, I've never used it before, and I signed in, and it just didn't do anything. He said I was out of credits. I don't care because I have my own AI program on my computer.
For Pony.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have what is it? I have that one free one, but you have to run it off your computer for any stable diffusion. I have that one on my computer.
Okay.
You have a lot more control over one. Got Saul Goodman eating a carrot in a courtroom.
This isn't going to count.
Mm-hmm. I won't even work. Oh. Hey, how's it working for you? It didn't work for me.
Yeah, I have a legacy account.
See, right there!
It's not Saul Goodman.
No, none of those are Saul Goodman. Bob Odenkirk eating a carrot in a courtroom. Can't get that one.
You should still get this right.
None of those people are... Gotta try to remember how to spell Odenkirk.
I got it. The one of them look like the super short lawyer from a movie or something.
No.
This one's a little closer.
No, it is not. If anything,
This one's like a flying carrot. This one's getting a little
That
awkward.
carrot is like really yellow.
Also, what's wrong with his fingers? At least he's got 5 fingers. That's good. This one's very sensual.
Stable diffusion is way better than this.
Yeah, Dolly has his problems, but like, look at we got horses.
Did you already generate those horses?
What is this?
I want the horses again. I want the horses again.
Keanu Reeves in Mario Kart. Yeah, I can't remember why I searched these.
Also, these are
Mary Poppins as a Time Lord from Doctor Who. I can't remember why I was doing that.
probably
either.
because the one time.
Oh, it was from
Podcast.
Yeah, podcasts. Because this actually would be useful for podcasts.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get her as a Time Lord. It was not
Kinda.
going very well. Wow. By Michael booping a stallion. I don't want
It's
it.
not gonna work.
That might be getting. I don't know what it's going to give me back.
Do it. People have asked. I mean, booping a mare is better.
Yeah, but I'm just I'm concerned what's going to come up.
Nothing. This one probably knocks that guy.
You never know. It's not too difficult to. Well, look.
Gross. Look
This
at all
looks. The sand looks like Adam.
that guy. What is he licking the horse? I
think he's eating the horse.
Okay.
Yeah, he's booping. Booping the horses. These aren't even real horses.
It's not even real Michaels. No, you know who it's gonna give you. Looks like this request might not fit
Wait.
content. You can't have Michael Moore. The internet refuses to put me up there. Booping stallions. Yes, 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 yes. It'll let me boop mares, but not stallions.
That's you.
No, booping the mares.
You can't boop that. The internet knows.
The internet knows Michael Moore does not boop stallions. Oh, perfect. See, guys. Proof.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's.
I wonder if I should just do wide eye with this. Just not to get her.
I thought it was upset by Michael Moore. No, it was upset by Michael Moore boop stallions. Love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm confused by that. Like, what? Why
I
was?
understand it perfectly.
I have a little bit left. Cheers.
Let's go.
Oh, so what I was drinking? It is a Summit Lake Crusher mixed berry. I'm still going through some. It's a Kolsch style ale, slightly hoppy, but the hops that are in here will go really well with the mixed berry. So I'm actually okay with the hops in this one. I'm actually enjoying it.
Might crack open a bottle of mead. The one flavored mead I made, it kind of went weird.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your.
I don't know what was weird about it. It almost tastes like an ox. Which just means it doesn't taste very good. Not gonna hurt. Very flat.
Person. There's no doubt in your mind.
What started as only a few cheap carboys has definitely gotten into a bit more expensive hobby with all the equipment I've been buying.
I still love the one day though that we're like, all right, we're gonna go thrift shopping, and you're like, yeah, I'll go with. I was gonna look for some bottles. We literally go across the street and then have to come home because you bought like 2 carboys and like 12 bottles, and you literally filled up the entire car going there because somebody definitely just got rid of their set.
Yes.
And you doubled how much stuff you had.
Oh yeah, that was
And
lucky
like
day.
for what, $30?
Oh yeah, it's super cheap.
Yeah.
Way cheap.
Like where $30 would have maybe got you the carboys alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was all like the IKEA bottles too, right?
Yeah. Kind of what fixed me on wanting to get nothing but
No
the
doubt in your mind.
I
still
still
fit in the fridge good.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I always double check anytime I'm out thrifting if there's any more IKEA bottles, but I haven't seen any in a while.
There's no doubt in your mind.
I think I did think of a good use for that smaller cake. I can use it to make carbon dioxide. Pressurized carbon. I can
Sure,
just mix
that's the
some
person.
sugar
There's
water
no doubt in
there
your
with
mind.
yeast, and I'll make
There's no doubt in your
alcohol. But the byproduct will be I can use. Because they're set. They sell like canisters of carbon dioxide you can use for brewing. It's like
There's no doubt in your
every
mind.
time.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time. Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's the person. Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
Okay, so because the eyes are changed, I could probably just kind of adjust the eyebrows as they are. Let's get rid of the surprise. We're gonna go with not angry, but like not concerned either. That might work. Okay.
There's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. That's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
Because like what it's kind of making her feel angry when, at least in the original, he wasn't. He was just kind of throwing it off the cuff of like he wasn't trying to lead them in any way. He was trying to just ask a generic question and not provide too much facial anything. They want to get angry or to mislead. Michael should get a pair of overalls and build himself a still out in the backyard. No, we have space, but it's like there. We do. I have to double check how property around here works. But at least during the summer, there is a treat area that you can't see any further back into. But as far as I can tell, there is still like 80, 90 feet of property that goes further back that I think I own. Not sure though. There's a lot of trees.
There's no doubt in your mind.
Yeah, I think this could work, but I have to keep it up a little bit and maybe pull it back because it's kind of still getting the feeling like it's angry.
That's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
That's a little better. Still don't know if that's quite the emotion to go with. But I mean, really, besides that, the light. See, this is an asymmetrical one. I don't like asymmetrical. I think I might just stick with it.
There's no doubt in your mind.
I think I'll go a little bit more on the rays of the eyes, though.
There's no doubt in your mind. That's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time. No doubt in your mind.
Michael should get a pair of overalls and build himself still out in the backyard. I don't know that I ever want to do distilled alcohol. It's a lot more work. I'm fine with beer, meat, and wine. Well, I say beer. Beer is more work than meat or wine. Surprisingly. Easiest alcohol in the world to make is wine. There's a reason
Take
it's
your
one of the
time.
oldest alcohols.
No doubt in your mind. Take your
This is going to be a really quick transition because he starts talking, so there's going to be something he's moving into there. So,
Sure, that's
and then there's a large gap between
now.
there. So,
Would you be surprised?
okay. We got 7:39, so we're halfway through. Should be able to get this done.
This whole video. You seem very optimistic.
No, like this shot getting it like, mostly done. Some of the big motions she's doing are going to take a little extra work.
What?
You're grabbing your phone like somebody's calling.
I had an idea.
Are you sure that's the person?
Keep going.
Are you sure that's the Are you sure that's the person? Are you sure that's the person? Sure.
Oh, I found the picture of I found what you were looking for.
It's Trixie eating a carrot.
Yes. Same thing. You got to see that carrot.
I specifically said Saul Goodman.
That is Saul Goodman.
No, it isn't.
Is it not?
Just because you put the horse.
Sounds like Saul Goodman.
Okay, so she's no longer a mare. She's a stallion.
No.
No, you can't. Now you're picking and choosing.
Saul Goodman was always a mare. You were wrong.
You must really like that show for awkward reasons. All right, Saul.
It's all mares now.
Talk to me, dirty Saul.
What? Oh no.
That was not a bad oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, what am I gonna do? So scary.
You sure that's the Are you sure that's the person? You sure that's the person? You sure that's the You sure You sure
I think I saw this one image.
You think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I might have been having a
No, you said you're pretty sure you saw.
Yeah.
Are you sure you saw it?
Hallucinating.
Are you really?
I might have hallucinated. Probably not.
Okay.
But it was a picture of Fluttershy eating grass, but it was basically just a recreation of a guinea pig eating grass.
That's a very old gift.
I loved it.
Yeah, no, that has been
all
around for probably 7-8 years.
It's all for the first time, so it was new to me.
Yeah, it was just on the.
You know how quickly we post ponies on that? Reading gives? Just load that whole channel over pony. It'll be way back. That derpy. That boom.
No, it should be
That's
right
cool.
around
For the paint horses.
here.
Those beats. Those derpies. We post a lot of ponies.
There it is.
Yes, that's it. It's adorable. I want more of that. Eating beans.
You know, that'd be really easy to animate, Michael.
Yes.
It's just a rig with just a little munchy face.
Yes, it's so cute. That's
You
the
could
best.
make that yourself.
No, it already exists. Why would I need to?
Because you could make Derpy
watch
do it.
that for hours.
You can make Derpy eating little muffin
No.
sticks.
You could make Derpy eating little muffin sticks. Believe in you.
Mm.
I post a lot of horses.
Keep
He
watching
posts
that.
Saved by the Bell.
You sure that's Sure
I'm gonna do this more for my own sanity than anything.
I'm gonna get some mead. You want some?
Nah. Well, you were gonna get it, and then you asked me, and then when I give an answer, you changed your answer.
No, it's more
You
like
sure that's
I
a
don't need it right now.
sure that's a-
I'm gonna wait a little bit. But if you wanted
sure that's a-
something, I would have gotten.
Well, so
I'm gonna go get mead.
it's your damn mead.
Sure that's the person.
You were planning on it. That's what you said. And then you're like, now relying on the answer on me.
Are you sure that's Are you sure that's
This hoof is going to very much not behave correctly. I'm doing a 2-axis move. I'm doing it with the light blue, and so it's gonna wobble like hell to try to stay where it's supposed to be.
Sure
I can just see it doing a little
Sure
wobble.
that's a.
That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
Sure that's a. Sure that's a. Sure that's a. You sure that's the person? You sure that's the person? There's. You sure that? Sure.
Yellow? Well, it's kind of orange, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of a brown.
Yeah. Like pea?
Favorite flavor?
Mm-hmm.
Brown.
That's good.
Michael will do the dehydrates from here on. I don't want to drink anymore.
I just did it. I just dehydrated.
No, you know it has to be a fact. There he goes. I have water.
The thing is, I think the syrup might have messed up the meat. I think there's something in it that just killed it.
You sure that's the person?
It created a very nice clarity, but I think it took everything out of the meat. I don't know that I can use those syrups.
You sure that's the person?
I'm not 100% sure. Doesn't look good.
Hope you got another dehydrate.
I'm not the alcoholic that you are.
No, but I gotta keep it light for a little while, so.
You sure that's the person?
So if you want to get Michael drunk, now's your time.
You sure that's the person?
At least the meat generally isn't.
There's another one. You've done this to me before.
Have I?
Yes.
Yeah, but you did it to yourself. You're the one who put it up there.
Nope, for you now.
Here we go. I'm very dehydrated.
No, it should have plenty of stock for.
Why you do this? Please.
No, I just need to double check because I don't remember if I ever decreased it. I think it was like 20 something.
Great job.
Oh, okay. So it's per person. You could do 5, but it's 15 total. So you just hit your max. That's what it says. And that's purposeful. So when somebody has like 1 billion points, I don't need them spamming 15 at once.
You sure that's the person? Sure that.
Here, I'll give you a ghost fact, Soul Kitty. The way you make alcohol, this is a ghost fact, is by trapping the souls of the damned inside of sugar water. And that's why they're called spirits. And now
So you're
you know.
drinking Ghost.
Yes. Delicious ghost. I did appreciate your eye roll.
You sure that's the person?
That's probably done something like that
Are you
before.
sure that's the person? Sure that.
Got the souls of the damned. Time. Your joke needs some fermentation. A little bit. We'll work on it. Let it simmer. Spirits.
Sure that's the person.
Spirits.
There's no dead.
Spirits.
Sure that's the person. There's no.
Big on spirits
that's the person.
down my
Sure
throat,
that's.
into my tummy. Delicious.
Sure that's the person. Sure that's the person. There's. Sure that's. Sure that's the person. Sure that's the person. There's no.
Nolan had me.
Sure that's the
playing
person.
that,
There's no.
Disco Asylum.
Oh, you finished.
Yeah, I finished Quest. For
Sure
glory.
that's the person.
It's a
Sure
fun
that's the
ending.
person. There's no doubt. on your
Look at that cute horse. See, I like how you're like, Michael, look, you have these cute horse moments. And then you're like,
So angry.
look at the horse.
So angry. Why'd you move that other mirror,
No.
Michael?
No, it was AI generated, I swear.
Oh, there's you. No more boobs.
No. Been going around town booping mirrors. I've seen it.
You sure that's the person?
I wish those comics would come back of just the AI being like
Sure
booping
that's the
and
person.
getting hurt.
Sure that's the person. Sure that's the person.
Why stop booping? Don't you dare.
You sure that's the person? There's sure that's the person. Sure that's the person. Sure that's the person. There's sure that's the person. There's person. Sure that's the person. Sure that's the person. Sure that's the person. Sure. Sure that's the person.
I don't need to go over and over. Okay, so that's not quite going.
Oh.
Your button is very much on a spindle. Let's see if
I think because of this, I think my next batch meet not gonna have to serve. Not until I understand why.
I think that kind of works, but I need to adjust legs.
Par-delà le temps, la menace grandit. Si loin dans le silence, on entend ses cris. Par-delà les terres, son nom fait frémir. Préparez-vous.
Thinking about games with kitty cats in it. There was part of me that wanted to change all the kitty cats in Fallout 4 and into ponies. Fallout 4 doesn't have that many cats.
You started
Has
a game
Yeah.
replacing all the cats. Stray.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did.
Darkling needs you to drink booze. I'm having to
No.
cut off on booze for the night, but Michael's taking over for me. The hell is Darkling?
Yes. I have been volunteered.
I would say it's more like a voluntold.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm drinking mead. That's not too bad. I am working to correct that though. It is my goal that if I was to drink one bottle of mead, that it would mess me up. That is my ultimate goal. Until I reach that goal, I will not be satisfied. Right now, if I drink a bottle,
Are you
I
sure
get
that's the person?
buzzed, but it doesn't mess
Are
me
you sure that's the person? There's no doubt. There's no. You sure that's the person? There's. Sure that's the person. There's no doubt in your.
No.
You sure that's the person? There's no doubt. It's the person. That's the person. Sure that's the person. There's no doubt.
I think the thing that
Sure,
was
that's
hard
the
with turning
person.
the ponies to the cats is the pony's torsos for a four-legged animal is very short. Like, I don't know that there's any four-legged that has a torso quite as short as in My Little Pony.
Sure that's the person. There's.
It's why their bodies are
Sure
like
that's the person. There's no doubt.
50%, 40 to 50% just
Sure
their
that's the
head.
person. There's no person. That's the person. There's. Sure that's the person. There's.
It's very cute.
There's person.
It makes me want to cuddle them, but
That's a person. There's
not a lot of
Sure, that's
actual
a person.
animals
There's no
have that body.
doubt in your mind. Take your time. Sure, that's a person. There's no doubt. Sure, that's a person. There's
So I have to hand it to the
There's
people who did the
that's a
Skyrim
person.
mods. They patched the
Sure,
horse's skeleton,
Sure, that's
but they made it look so good.
I've never taken a look at the one from Skyrim.
Yeah, that pony mod is pretty great.
What about the one where
But they-
Fluttershy the dragon?
That one is horrifying.
Are you sure that's a person?
It's fun, but it's
Sure, that's a
horrifying.
person. There's no doubt in your mind.
I mean, the,
Sure,
the
that's a
Skyrim
person.
mod
There's no
did have
doubt-
the advantage of actually
That's a
having horse
person.
skeletons and horse animations. And I did look into porting the horse animations and skeletons from Skyrim into Fallout 4 at one point, and then I realized that
Sure, that's a
Bethesda
person. There's no
cracked down hard on it. Like, you can port in stuff from anywhere
Sure,
else,
that's a
but if you
person.
ported
There's no
stuff
doubt
from
in your
one of their
mind.
games into another one of their games,
Sure, that's a person. There's
Then
no
they
doubt in
took
your
action.
That's a person. There's no doubt. That's a
Because
person.
they
Sure,
have-
that's a person.
They
There's
have
no
to
doubt.
project things within their own IP.
There's no doubt.
Okay, sorry, I actually still have to hear this. I hope you both are having a great evening either way. We were good day and a moment to chill with a nice alcoholic drink. Yes, I already had a couple of beers, but I need to stop for the evening.
You know what the other weird thing about the one with the syrup in it was? It was super carbonated. And this one without the syrup, no carbonation whatsoever.
No doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's a person. There's no doubt
The
in your
only thing I
mind.
can think is that
No
the
doubt.
sugars from the syrup fermented. That's surprising because I thought could have been it.
There's no doubt in your mind.
I'm learning.
Your
I'm
mind. There's
saying
no
the
doubt in
things
your
I'm
mind.
thinking out loud.
There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. Doubt in your mind. Take no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your
I'm kind of stopped caring about the under table stuff. Normally, I like to keep it done right because I like to export these, send it to make it public, so then people can download it. And if you don't
There's
do
no
the
doubt in
legs,
your-
then it makes it not really usable.
That reminds me.
no
I need
doubt in your-
something from you.
no
What?
doubt
I
in
need
your
that
mind.
cute pony set that you have.
No doubt.
It's already a public thing.
I need to find it.
When you need it,
Because I need it.
let's just make it
The thing I'm
yourself.
doing. No, I can't. I'm horrible at posing. I always look wrong. I'm good at it.
I made that pose like 10 years ago,
Yeah,
and I've just been stealing it from myself.
and it's good.
There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your
If I
mind.
did that, their legs would be all smushed and uneven.
There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in
Like, I could probably model a
doubt in your
horse all
mind.
by myself at this point. It would look like a child's
There's no
drawing.
doubt in your mind. There's
But I
perfect
could
person.
do
There's no doubt in your mind. No doubt
Give
in
me that horse from that one
your mind.
super crazy kid drawing.
There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind.
I actually watched a
There's
video
no doubt
of
in-
somebody
There's no doubt
modeling
in your
a My Little Pony character themselves, and basically they
doubt
just
in your
took
mind.
3 different angles,
Take no doubt in your
like
mind.
the
There's no doubt in your
forward
mind.
shot, the 3/4 shot,
No
and the side shot, or whatever, and then
your
just stretch the model to fit it right up to where the
No doubt in your mind. Take
on the picture.
no doubt in your mind.
Easy.
There's no doubt in your mind. Take no doubt in
Almost
your
like
mind.
tracing,
Down,
but in Blender.
I like her.
take no doubt in your mind. Down,
I think it'll work if I make it a little bit less prominent.
no doubt in your mind.
The harder part is probably just the flexes and weights, right?
The problem with that set was the pony models don't do well with just bone bendings. You have to like break all the bones to make it work. But all I really did was put a horse image next to it of them sitting, and I said, how can I make it look that.
Yeah.
Doubt in your mind. Doubt in
Still
your
needed.
$20.
No.
doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind.
He's sucking on
Doubt in
rarity.
your
Yes.
doubt.
Did you say that?
April 18th of this year.
Yeah. Why did you say that?
Go look it up.
I'm afraid that would probably be a lewd thing to do. I'm
Maybe.
not gonna.
There's no doubt in your mind. 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 Doubt in your mind. Doubt in your mind. Doubt in your mind.
I'm sure they'll be
There's
able
no
to
doubt
use
in your
AI
mind.
for something like that.
There's no
The future looks bright and terrifying all at the same time. I'm sure every generation has said that, but they are getting into some like
There's no doubt in your mind.
weird stuff as
There's
far
no
as
doubt-
DNA is concerned. Where they're basically just going to be able to start making creatures that don't exist.
They've been doing that. What is corn?
I'm talking about making like cat women and crap. I'm talking about like
That the modification of the human genome is still a ways off because there's so much ethical boundaries to get past.
yes, but
There's
that's
going to be people
when
effing
the
around
only
with it.
boundaries are ethical. Then that is a
There's no doubt in your mind.
slim boundary.
There's no doubt in
People
your
will
mind.
break it eventually.
There's no doubt in your mind.
Eventually,
doubt-
somebody's. I feel like science will get to the point where like we're gonna just make like minotaurs and crap because we can now.
Well, the first ones they're going to do is, and I think they already kind of do it, is genetic modification to remove cancer risks and stuff.
Yes,
But
no, they're gonna turn people into dinosaurs.
but modifying a person to take on a certain trait, I think we're still a long ways from that, because you're talking about having it so that if it were to blend in with the body as it is, we would have to have a much greater understanding of how they interact with each other.
Yes.
And the problem is, like, you do one thing and that specific person it might work on, and then the next person it kills them.
That's why you do it on a bunch of unborn.
But
like,
it's everybody is
creatures.
so different. You're gonna have to have like machine learning things.
They're not all different if you make a bunch of clones.
I know, but I'm talking like if somebody wants to do it themselves or their baby. Their
Well, that's you
unborn
just
baby.
before it's even started, you just make the genetics for that whatever creature.
Yeah, but how would you know what the outcome is going to be?
trial and error?
Yeah, but that's the thing is you could do a machine learning thing, but machine learning is through thousands of trials. And how do you do thousands of trials? Yeah, that's
No,
where it's
I'm
really
not saying
bad.
they probably could. They have
Sure,
those
that's the
artificial
person. There's no
wombs
doubt
now.
in your
You can have
mind.
just a whole room filled with artificially
There's no
made
doubt in
clone
your-
babies, and you're just doing different genetic stuff to
Why they
them
want-
over and over again.
This is why they wanted the stem cells.
This
There's no doubt in your mind.
No, I mean, combine Michael with a woolly mammoth. Somebody already.
There's no doubt in your mind.
Yeah, I know that's what we have
No,
here.
have you seen how hairy my arms are? I got him
No
beat, like,
doubt in
by
your
two
mind. Take-
over.
Down your
Not quite Robin Williams hairy, but I'm close. I am darn close.
Well, there's a quote from I think it was a comedian at some point. No, it was or maybe it was somebody else, but it was about that as you've gotten older, all your hair, you don't go bald, your hair just migrates downwards.
Yes, that's true.
And so yeah, I've noticed that like you get more in the back of your neck and
It's on my
Your
back.
back.
I got a hairy back.
no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your
World can know.
no doubt in your
Yeah, like I feel like towards the end of my
doubt in your
lifetime,
mind. No doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind.
because it just takes
There's
one
no doubt
country
in
to
your
be
mind.
like A-OK, set up those like artificial wombs and make crap tons of clone babies and see if you can make one of them grow wings. And then that's the
that's like
Crazy
so
crap
so Michael,
happening.
what are you going to name your autobiography? Oh, it's called Crap Tons of Clone Babies.
crap tons of clone babies.
Sure, that's a person.
think I watched a movie where like the human species went extinct because people were messing with their genetics so much that they essentially became too different from one another and could no longer conceive children.
But if it
ended the world, I don't think it's going to happen.
The problem is if you're able to modify genetics enough to cause that to happen, you're well enough to just have test tube babies.
Mm-hmm. No, we're already to the point where we're going to have test tube.
Yeah, so I don't think that doesn't make any sense.
No, it's a movie. But I don't know. A couple hundred years from now,
Doubt in your mind.
the human race could be very
Doubt
different.
in your mind. Sure, that's a person.
Cancer, hopefully being solved. That'd be the nice thing. Mosquitoes not being a thing anymore because they
That's a person.
talk about doing that.
That's a person.
Personally, I would not cry about it. Of course, the world population would probably explode again, especially in certain countries that deal with malaria and
It's a
stuff
person. There's no.
on a regular basis.
It's a person. There's no person. No. That's a person. There's no doubt in your mind.
Do you think
Sure, that's a
vegans
person.
would
There's no
return
doubt in your
to
mind.
running that without biological brain? I don't.
No, because it's still a living thing. I mean, just because it doesn't have a brain, it's still living tissue. I can still see them.
Yeah, like,
No.
I don't think anybody's going around saying it's okay to eat jellyfish because they don't have brains.
What I want to see is science comes out and says that vegetables have feelings.
I think they did the thing where vegetables scream when they're damaged.
But it depends on the definition of scream.
Yes, they make a noise when they're damaged.
Yeah, and so it's different. But if they come up out and say like oh, but they actually have they can feel.
See,
Then
that's
it's
the
like,
thing. A vegetable is a lot.
Sure, that's a
as
person. There's no
alive
doubt in your-
as or a plant.
Sure, that's a
As a
person. There's no
jellyfish
doubt in your
is.
mind. Take
Jellyfish don't have brains.
in your mind.
They're basically a bundle of. They're 95% water. They're a bundle of nerves that just kind of act to let them
Take your
drift
time.
in
Take your
sea flows. They
Take your
really don't
time.
even move much. Plants can move. Like if you ever do a time lapse on a plant, move it in the light, it moves quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
Jellyfish move
but
not
it's
as much.
there's a certain, because we have no defined line of consciousness, and
Well,
they have a problem with things that have consciousness.
Jellyfish definitely don't.
Yeah, but it depends on a vegan is going to have their own line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm saying the line gets blurry
Take
a
your
little
time.
bit on a certain level. Is all I'm saying. Because a jellyfish is definitely an animal. Debatably, algae is an animal.
Take your time.
That classification is a little difficult.
Take your time.
But a jellyfish definitely doesn't have consciousness. Algae definitely doesn't have
Take your time.
consciousness. I guess if the
Sure,
definition
that's
is
a person. There's
consciousness,
no doubt in your mind.
then I can
Sure, that's a
understand that
person. There's no
definition.
doubt in your
That
mind.
make jellyfish okay.
Sure, that's a person. There's
Not
no
that I
doubt
think
in your
anybody's
mind.
raring to eat jellyfish.
In your
Pretty sure they're poisonous.
mind.
I heard plants can feel. I don't know about that. They don't have nervous systems.
No doubt in your mind.
but it depends too on feel. It usually comes down to is there a consciousness, something centralized to all of them, because plants get a little bit mushy in that area. Like the difference between one plant and another plant. If you break that plant, they become two plant. So but we're all doing it based on a definition of what we see as consciousness. The plants are gonna, what they would see as maybe conscious is completely different from what we see as conscious.
I think what I would view is it
Sure,
has
that's
to
a
be there
person.
has
There's
to be
no
a
doubt in your
brain.
mind.
Yeah, but
It
you're
has to be able
defining it.
to. It has to be able to make decisions even on the most basic of
But a
levels.
brain, how do you define a brain?
The ability to make decisions and move
But the brain,
of a conscious decision.
But they could have. You don't need a brain to do that. That could spread amongst multiple different pieces that all work collectively to do
but
that.
that's still if it's moving up. Like jellyfish don't move on conscious decisions,
But I mean,
they just drift.
Everything on our planet evolved to have very, very, very immensely similar biological structures, all the way down from like us to a fly. We all have very similar. But if you had an alien species, well, that definition would make no sense then.
How did it manage to travel through space?
But who knows? Because we're looking at everything from the point of view of something that can only see what we know. And so to us, everything has to have this. Doesn't mean so.
I'd say
you
if
can
it's
make life
a
out of rock.
spacefaring species, it has to have some form of like ability to make decisions and act.
Yeah, I know, but brain is an organ. So, but
Well, I wouldn't define it solely as brain. I would define it as the ability to make conscious decisions.
what is consciousness?
The ability, like an ant, even an ant makes a decision to go left or right depending on certain chemical
Yeah, but a
things it
plant
receives.
aims itself at the sun based on the chemical reactions that are within it.
Yeah, but it doesn't think about it.
But no, now you're adding context. So,
It doesn't
but what is?
consciously make that decision.
But what? Well, how do you define that? You can't. It's nearly impossible. To. In Starship Troopers, they spread out by randomly shooting spores into space. Well, that's actually like how a lot of stuff does it. Plants do that now. They go and just. Well, no, just like plants. It's just we're gonna acorns and the little spinny thingies. It's literally just them shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
But some get really smart. Pollen is a very, very deliberate and specific method to.
It doesn't consciously do it, though.
No, not.
Sense. It's just something that.
But again,
happens.
it depends on how you define conscious.
I would define it as a act taken voluntarily.
Voluntarily, how do you define voluntary? Because it's coming down to you have to define what makes a person.
I'm pretty sure I am defining it. You're just saying that doesn't define it.
Well, voluntary, because you could say, like, are you saying the plant doesn't do it voluntarily?
No. I think unless you chop the plant down, it's going to happen because it has to happen. It's kind of like me eventually needing to take a pee. Maybe I can kind of decide when it happens, but it's going to happen.
But you're saying decision isn't that, but all your decisions are based on all the chemical reactions that came up to that. So really, your decision isn't an actual choice. It is at that point.
I have the ability to choose to slap.
You do.
The plant does not have the ability to choose to spread seeds or not.
But a choice in a brain, you can only make a choice based on every other choice that you made before, or of everything leading up to that moment.
Yes, well, plant never made
everything you've
choice.
learned in your brain has been trained so that at that moment when that choice comes up in your brain, you see a choice.
Yes.
But what the outcome
my
is always
ability to do that is.
But it's not a choice.
Decision.
There is no.
It is a choice.
No, because why would you ever make the other decision?
What do you mean? What's the
So
other
let's say-
decision?
let's
I
say
have
that-
the ability to reason it out.
I don't get the multi-universe thing where they say in one universe you jumped off a cliff, and the other one you chose not to. Well, why?
But I can still actively choose whether or not I jump off the cliff.
Yeah, but at that point, everything that was you up to that moment would have already been designed to say whether or not you would.
Yes.
Why would at that moment you choose one or the other?
But there's nothing throughout a tree's existence, that individual tree's existence, that is going to make it decide whether or not to eat its spores or its seeds or whatever.
No, because it's
Or
fun.
its pollen. It doesn't know about
It very
fun.
much enjoys it. It gives it because have you ever seen it? As soon as the seeds drop, you can hear it go. Ah. It liked it.
Here's the difference. If I put my foot down,
Sure, that's the
in front
person.
of
There's
an
no
ant,
doubt in your mind.
an ant will recognize there's an obstacle and change its direction. If I put my hand against a plant and tell them to not turn towards the sun, it's not going to change because it doesn't have the ability to reason it should change,
But an ant's not
even
gonna,
to its own detriment.
An ant is just going forward till it can't anymore. Since you put something in front of it, it's going through the same programmed motions of saying, "Oh, I hit obstacle, turn."
It's very simple programming, yes, but there is
But
still.
that's what the programming
It is
is
still
gonna play.
active. No,
It's not making a choice.
the ant is still actively making choices, just on a very, very base level.
Okay, so if it's a choice, why didn't the ant just plow on through?
It could just choose to climb over your
But
foot.
I've never seen that happen. Why would it? Why would it?
Why would it?
Follow
You
through?
never
Why don't
seen
it just bite you? Like there's always those
Bite?
choices, but we never see those made because it's just there's no need in it. Choice is a lie.
I ain't gonna bite you. That's
Out in your mind. Your mind.
talking smack. Not ants.
Yeah, screw ants. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not. Ants aren't real. They're created by the big government. Just like
There's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's the person. Sure, that's a person. There's no doubt in your mind.
Everyone's plans are
Sure, that's
closed. Closes leaves. Disturb some plants. After 3 months, the plants stop closing. Please, when it picked up. Let's pick them down. The control plant continued to close its leaves. Moving up and down. Oh.
Yeah, see?
Can't say I've seen that.
Well,
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt.
I'm thinking, personally, I haven't seen anything that tells me a plant will change its habits.
but a habit implies conscious.
Yes, that's why I'm saying I've never seen a plant change its habits. I'd be surprised to see that.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your
Plants
mind.
just do what they're genetically
Sure, that's the person.
programmed.
There's no doubt in your mind.
So do you.
No.
Horses.
Yes, it's in my genes.
Person. There's no doubt.
I had
Sure,
no
that's the
choice
person.
but
There's
to
no
love
doubt in your mind.
horses.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
Michael's a plant, yes.
Take your time.
Except I
Sure,
have an
that's the person.
aversion to the sun as opposed to wanting to bask in it. I'm more of a
That's the person.
fungus than a plant. I'm a
There's
mycelium. I wish to crawl
Michael
beneath
is
the
a plant.
surface of the dirt and wiggle around looking for
That's the
corpses.
person. There's no doubt. There's no.
Tim.
Are you sure that's
We're
the
all just
person? There's no
fungus.
doubt in your. That's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
I've seen the Mario movie. I know what the future holds. The good one. The one from the 90s.
That's the person. There's no doubt
It's
in
fungus
your
people.
mind. Take your time.
I don't need time. That's him.
That's the person. There's no. Are you sure that's the person?
And now we need to get Ember moving.
Why is Starlight back there taking
That's
a
a person.
I just moved it. She's just back there like taking a big old fart. I can tell it was in her right there.
This is her farting.
He's concentrating real hard. She's got nobody sitting next to her. Yeah, there. Oh, now she's pushing it. Oh. At least she ain't sitting next to anybody. She can blame it on anybody. By the time it reaches the other side of the room, she can just blame it on the judge. The judge looks like a farter. Who was that guy? There was like a comedian, big tall guy. He said it doesn't matter if it's his fault or not. Anytime anybody smells a fart in the room, they all look at him because he just looks like a giant bag.
She's farting. It's like,
No, he didn't. She's gonna have to go to the bathroom. He's getting bad out. Oh no. Not wearing pants would make that a lot worse.
she's like, she's okay. Yeah. Do you feel better?
Mm-hmm.
You make stinky.
Oh.
You need assistance.
Oh no. Gonna have to get a new chair now.
No, this is her chair. You like the chair? Yes.
Nasty. You're nasty.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
Okay, so we got Ember. Oh, up here she needs.
He'd actually hit a little harder. He'd actually hit a little harder this time.
Is that the good meat or the bad meat?
This is the good meat. I'm
Sure,
gonna
that's the
try
person.
another bottle of the other meat, but if
Sure,
the
that's the
syrup
person. There's
actually messed it all up, I'm definitely gonna have to reconsider the syrup.
There's no.
And the syrup is added afterwards, though, right?
Person.
Yeah, it's at the end.
Sure,
I
that's the
think
person.
what
There's no
might
doubt.
be the case is that
Are you sure that's the person?
I added sugar back into what I
you
still
sure
has
that's the
light
person? There's no-
sugars in it. That causes it to carbonate to an extreme, which killed the flavor of.
Sure,
Even
that's the
gave it
person.
kind of
There's
a
no
weird
doubt.
smell.
Person.
I don't know. Could have been oxidated. It's hard to say.
Sure, that's the person. There's no.
I might try the syrup again, but it's going to
Sure,
be
that's the person. There's no doubt.
only a couple
your
bottles
mind.
just to confirm. I got a really good filter coming. Should get all the yeast out.
Your mind. Your mind.
Now I got a lot of thoughts running through my head on that because I really do want to flavor
The
some.
person. There's no doubt in your
If it
mind.
was
Take your
always just meat, it would get boring real fast.
person.
I like just meat.
I like it too. But I want to
That's the
have
person.
bottles of
There's no
just
doubt in
meat.
your mind.
But I
Take
want to
your
have
time.
like blueberry and raspberry and strawberry,
First.
maybe some other things. Hello, NPC.
You know what you could do?
Hmm.
Go to sociables. Ask them.
I do kind of want to see if they're willing to sell some of their yeast culture. They probably have a crap ton of it, but they probably protect it at the same time.
They do. Do they still do tours? We used to go out and call about it whenever we go over there, but I haven't heard them call out a tour in forever.
Because if I could get a hold of whatever yeast culture they're using, I'd just take it and use it.
I don't.
It's probably something they protect. Like there's probably somebody
Yeah.
who would beat my head in if
But I would think that asking them like, hey, I'm trying to make my own mead. What are your? I want to make flavored mead. What are your recommendations for flavored mead?
that actually would be something worth asking. Yeah.
Yeah, that I can see being valuable information.
Yeah.
Because they might say, oh, we actually added in at this part of the process, or we do this, or this is where we get it from, this is what we do for percentages. They might be able to give you that info.
Yeah.
Also, you got to dehydrate.
Oh, but I'm
going to do the hydrate, but you pay for it. You got to do it now.
I have to go get more. All right, I'm gonna be very slow.
But cheers on the water though. They say sorry. Yep, but I revoke their sorry. You get your booze. Actually, you know what? No, I haven't tried one of those hard ciders. I'll try one of those. Then I can do it for you if you want. I mean, but now you kind of have to. But because those beers are like, I think they're 4.5. Oh yeah, it doesn't say it on the can. They're very low percentage. So. No, I'm
Sure,
fine.
that's the person. Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. Doubt in your mind.
I like how that head turn.
There's no doubt in your mind.
That little
There's no doubt in your mind.
stuff looked.
There's no doubt in your mind.
But I do, like, the one thing I always have to try to watch out for is that I'm trying to make it easier on myself, but her butt,
That's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
it looks like a swivel.
Doubt in your mind.
And like here I have her kind of come up, but I always want to make sure that I'm not just making it so that some part of the body's on a swivel, because it kind of gets noticeable. Cider neat. I know he picked up, I think he said it's like candy, but it's a dark cherry apple, dark cherry apple, hardcore Angry Orchard. So it is
just a higher percentage.
a higher percentage Angry Orchard. It's an 8% can, but those other ones, I had 2 of those cans, and those 2 cans together were as much as this. So those were very, very light. I'm doing very well. How are you? Nolan says you got to go there to see there's a local brewers group. We have an active group in town on Facebook. They have yeast and ingredients and such.
Well, there's like a place I go to that has a bunch of different types of yeast.
Yeah, but that's like he's saying, find a community, local community, because they might do like
do all that.
meetups and stuff.
I have better things to put my time into.
I think sociables are the easiest best way.
I want to go in there
when they're doing a tour. I think is
I want to wait. I want to ask them the flavoring question. They're distracted. I'm gonna knock the tour guide upside the back of the head. And I'm gonna find where they keep their yeast cultures, and I'm gonna steal some for my own purposes. It's the perfect plan.
I'm sorry to hear they get laid off, NPC. Hopefully you at least got some like severance or something, or you can get unemployment.
Something.
I mean, if you got laid off, you should be able to, but I don't know what the laws are by you. Lock. Just one.
There's a lot of demand for 3D riggers.
I'm in for 3D riggers. I'm branching TV roles to pay the bills. Yeah, I'm guessing too. That's also location dependent. I'm guessing there's not many in certain locations, but the places that probably have the most of those jobs are probably very expensive to live in.
I'm assuming that's why a lot of people that don't have to live in places.
Yeah,
that's what's
but
actually pushed a large people out into living in more rural areas, because a lot of those
Sure,
jobs
that's
you
the person.
don't
There's
have, you had to do in the
Sure, that's the person.
But then they get there, they have these super high paying jobs. They're like, oh, okay, well, it's this, the area we're living in is very, very expensive, so we have to offset. But then they go off somewhere else, and then they're like, okay, well, you can't be paid as much out there because, and they're like, well, why not? It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, California were being paid that much because you literally could not, nobody can survive there without being paid that much. So it kind of made sense, but
It does and it doesn't, because the person, the people producing the product are still making the same amount of money regardless.
yeah, but they're there because like them having the business there, some that is the grandfathered in, but also it's proximity. So there's so much stuff for tech that's around there that the cost of transportation for certain things is so much cheaper that it offsets it.
The difference between shipping to someplace in Minnesota and someplace in Texas is like,
Yeah, but if you can literally next day, or not even next day, same day,
Yeah.
everything you need,
that can be useful.
because there's the just-in-time manufacturing. So it's, you don't keep stock
Yeah.
because you can literally get it so quickly.
Yeah.
Well, if you're across the country, not so much. But if everybody's super close and then that factory can just pump them out super fast, well, then there's no problem.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But then when all the high-paying jobs are in one place, yeah. But then the coffee still has to be served to somebody, and same situation. They gotta make sense for their prices too. It was contract, got it, and the other one was freelance, so no. Oh, well, that sucks even more. So yeah, it's a layoff without benefit. Contract work sucks. I mean, it can be beneficial. Contract work, I think, in ways can pay you better than some other jobs, but you have no safety net, which to a lot of people is worth more than the money. I want to get paid California standards and live in Mexico. Well, yeah. But it doesn't work that way. Oh yeah, cheers on your booze. So. I remember if I said that or not. Yeah, that's why I think, like, if I had to choose where to live, like, it sucks being in the places that cost a lot to live, but at the same time, like he had kind of said, all products cost the same wherever you are. So while it's going to cost more to live, the percentage of money that you have left over can go further. So it kind of can balance out, but it also feels like you're just playing on a seesaw that's wider, and you're going to be playing with higher swings. So if suddenly one time you miss out on 10%, that 10% might be more drastic than somewhere else. So, but I'd rather think in a richer area than a poor area by far, as long as the job is paid to match up with that.
That's a person. There's no doubt. No doubt.
Okay, so I want to have her pull a little bit that way. I did get confirmation at my work of for a promotion that I was requesting. So they said that's going through, and hopefully, and they'll think they're going to backdate it a couple weeks too. So I was mainly seeing if I could get it because it would help with the basement stuff going on, all the costs that are involved with that. And so that is very nice. It was like 8%, I think. So
There's no doubt in your mind.
I'm looking forward to when that's
There's no doubt in your mind.
finalized.
There's no doubt in your mind.
Yeah. Well, this year's actually been really good because, like, my yearly was like 3.5. Then I got this, and then they did an adjustment last October of about 6% because markets, everything went up, and so they don't want to have a competitor with new wages being higher than current wages, so they bumped everybody up to try to keep people from jumping ship. So yeah, this year's been really good for that, but the basement thing is so expensive that I'm basically for the next year going to be having significantly less in money. So whatever. But no, it's just the promotion is literally just a word added on my title. That's it. There's no extra responsibility, no anything. It's just recognizing work. So.
No doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt.
want to do like I did the other one. Then I'm going to lock that, and that, and we're going to. I need to see this from the camera's perspective. What the butt looks like.
Down your.
Okay, so I need to.
There's no doubt in your mind. No doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. No doubt in your mind. Take.
Would be awesome in your resume. Oh yeah. That actually. Actually, as soon as I get that, because, like in my bracket, the pay bracket, like I was at the higher end of it for my position. Then with the change, I'll be towards the lower end. It means that technically, if I were to get it and then immediately quit and go somewhere else, I probably could get a much bigger bonus because I could then jump somewhere else up in that bracket.
Mhm.
But I don't. I'm very comfortable with where I am, so
You do have an issue.
it's not difficult. And some of the stuff that I like, the system I'm building right now that's due Thursday, like I enjoyed doing that. But I just had one of the people talk to me today about having to offload some of my work, because the problem with making a system is you have to maintain it. I have so many systems I made now, and now I'm maintaining them all. It's like, well, can you do this? Yeah, but half my day spent trying to keep up with all this other stuff. Well, we're going to try to take that off your plate. Oh,
I need more responsibilities in my job because I'm.
Sure, that's the person. There's no doubt in your mind.
I've learned my
That's the
job.
person.
To
There's no
a T
doubt
at
in
this
your
point.
mind.
Now
No
I-
doubt.
Please teach me something new.
that's why Kyle was looking for something, because he was like, every day was boring.
Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over again. He wanted a challenge.
Signing light out is
Yeah.
pretty boring.
Yeah, I mean, you can have different variations on it, but it still is like
It's just still light.
whatnot.
There's this one has 3. This one has 5.
There's no doubt in your mind.
It's
No
copy.
doubt.
I mean, some people might have very unique
Still-
needs to design, but it still comes down to when 80% is the same. It's I don't know his full job.
how very.
Yeah, but it was still like I could understand his need for change.
My boss was talking about all these things he wants me to do in the future,
But then they have all this other work that's getting in the way.
no, more along the lines of there's.
There's no doubt in your
If
mind.
I took it, he wouldn't have anything to do with it.
No doubt in your mind. No doubt in your mind. No doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind. There's no doubt in your mind.
I think we're doing okay.
No doubt.
2 more people.
If it's not too personal, what do you do for a living? I work in defense, and but I'm not actually supposed to go much further than that on that. So, yeah, I work at a government contractor. And no, I don't deal with anything of the fun that most people think with that. I'm a very boring job in that regards.
Excel sheets.
No doubt in your mind.
Yes, my job is mainly Excel and SharePoint. My day-to-day duties are basically I ensure that I thought you were creative. No, no, my career no. But no, I do. My job is to be IT for quality. I ensure that the quality organization has what it needs to succeed from a digital level. So if like they had a physical form that they were having to pass around, have things signed, and they wanted to digitize it, and so I'm putting together the whole system that has the flow and sign-offs and everything, so that people have it. I already made a couple systems like that for them, and then manage it and make sure it happens, and then clean up the process and whatever. So that's most of my job, but that's fun. It's building stuff. So, and yeah, you can see a creative. From that end, I am a creative because I get to play. They give me a problem that has that's just saying, here's a physical form, put it in the computer. And it's not just a scan of it, but actually build out this like workflow process. That's actually fun because I get to map it out, I get to design it and do everything. So I get to be creative, and I have control over how I want to go about doing it. It's not like I have requirements to follow. As long as the end product does what they need to do, they don't care how I get there.
I'm hoping my job is a little bit more creative. My boss has been telling me for a while now that I'm going to start being
That's a
able to
person. There's no
design
doubt in your mind.
the systems for the
No,
machine.
no doubt in your mind.
So
Sure, that's a person.
But-
Sure, that's a person.
right now,
Sure,
he's doing,
that's.
and then I think he doesn't want to go home, so he doesn't want to give me any of his work. That basically be like, I know you don't have.
Are you
to
sure that's a
stay
person?
here for hours.
Sure, that's a
Go
person.
home.
Sure, that's a person. There's.
All the booze drink yet? Nope.
This house is look. If we drink all the booze in this house, we would die.
We always the one issue we have with booze is that, like, say in the summer we like, let's have a fire pit, and so everybody brings booze and it's great because you get lots of variety and whatever, but there's always like one or two of something left over, and so over time we eventually get to the point where there's like one can of everything. So like right now in the fridge there's probably, I think, like 8 or 9 cans of random stuff, and but we always have certain things we always fall back on, and so we have just a collection of random booze, and
It's like all my failed experiments.
yeah, and some of that, but and then there's 3 guys living here too, so, and our fridge is like the vertical split one, so really in terms of fridge space we could definitely use more of it. We have a fridge downstairs that was meant mainly for alcohol and like the cans in large quantity, but then when the basement kind of had its problems, we haven't really used it much, so because we're all up here now, so that's the other nice thing. But thing is, once things are settled down there, we can start keeping the fridge stocked down there instead of up here. What do you mean? Well, I don't mind having a fire pit any day. It's just
As
like,
long as it's not smoky.
well, tomorrow is rain.
Yes.
Well, actually, we don't even have to do it Wednesdays anymore. We previously did Wednesdays because we only cut day.
People will already be. I think.
No, you're talking on a Sunday. No, that's Sunday. Okay, we have game thing after that.
Oh, right.
Maybe Monday.
Tomorrow's rain. Tomorrow's thunderstorms.
Maybe Monday, but it's just every day is like 90 degrees, and that doesn't sound fun for a
I don't
fire
want to
pit.
do it when it's smoky. Smoky.
It's not even just smoky. It's just when it's 90.
My air purifier in my office
Sure, that's a person.
was screaming red today, and I could smell.
Sure,
the
that's a
smoke
person. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
off.
Sure, that's a person. There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time. Sure, that's a person. There's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's a person. There's no doubt in your mind. Sure, that's a person. There's no doubt.
I can talk about
There's
myself all I
no
want.
doubt.
I can talk about the day-to-day things that I kind of do. I just can't go into deep.
Yeah. I get why you can't go into stuff. I'm allowed to go into stuff. My job. If you're at all curious, I repair electronic
There's no
remote
doubt in your
systems for
mind.
heavy equipment. That ranges from everything
There's
from
no doubt in your
automated
mind.
machine to
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna say it.
automated machines to cranes
No, there's the 4-letter one that you like to tell everybody about.
to master crawlers.
There you go. See?
Because that's kind of one of the big ones. Though they don't pay their bills.
Yeah, the
So
cabinet
I
of
got a bunch of
secrets, the
their
fridge
stuff.
of booze. Let's go. It kind of is that way. Actually, the best part about it is that we keep getting leftovers and whatever, and so the booze gets pushed to the back, and then like months later, be like, oh. Like I was like, I want a blue moon, but we're out of blue moon, and then like I dug around the fridge, I'm like, oh, this went back.
Well, I went downstairs. You were looking for something earlier, and then I brought up one of the pistachios from down.
Yeah, there's still one, I think, maybe. No, I think they're out down there now, but and the fridge is running down there. We just
Just gotta dig back there, and you'll find that mixed nut here.
I will be no.
Sad.
Oh my God.
It's just back there. You just gotta look hard.
No, once the painting is done, because right now, and this is a pretty confident on, we should be able to move into down there probably right around this time.
Well, after you get the carpet in, you're gonna want to put the
That's
baseboards
the
back up,
baseboards and probably paint them.
right? Although they should already be painted.
But we're gonna have
Before you
to
put them
we have to nail them in though.
Yes.
Yeah, so like as long as we
before
can.
you put them in.
Yeah, no, but we need to nail them in, and I would be about covering up the nail.
Take a tiny little brush. Cover
Yeah,
them in.
we'll see on that. So,
Do
but
not
yeah,
paint
so
them after they're-
but they're going to be here that on the Monday. I'm going to see if what we can do. I mean, I could move everything in, or at least the computer stuff in, and then just like move it out temporarily when we put the baseboards in, because I just want to get used. So yeah, the carpet's putting in this date, and after that, I'm able to move in. But it's gonna take. I don't think we're gonna stream there on the 11th, because it's gonna take me, I think, more than a day to set up down there. The server's all ready to move. I put it back on it. I actually went and moved, put all the wheels on it, did all the rerouting of some of the cables. I just got to finish the wall a little bit, and then. But the server has to be in there because my computer's going to be next to it. And all that.
What day is the carpet going?
The 10th.
Is that on a weekday or weekend?
Monday.
Monday? So you taking like a call to work Tuesday, but cough, sick. I can't come in today.
No,
I
I would, but it's just I'm right now sitting at like 5 days of PTO, no, 6 days of PTO, and because of conventions and all the other stuff going on, I don't want to be less than that.
Your like sick days and your vacation days tied together, really?
Yeah, but I get 3.5 weeks a year, so there works, and I can carry over as much as I want.
I don't think I have as much vacation time as you, but I actually do have
Person, there's no doubt in your mind.
sick days, and I also have
Sure,
personal,
that's a person. There's no doubt in your
which
mind.
I don't ever
Doubt in
take,
your mind.
but I'm allowed. Sick days are I call up and I'm sick. Personal days are just like, I don't feel like coming into work today. I'm like, okay, we'll use some of your personal time. Usually, that's for stuff like I want to go get my oil change.
Doubt in your
That's
mind.
And
Doubt in your mind.
when I was at my last job, though, you started with 2 weeks, but then you got a week and a half of floating holidays, like 7 days. So technically you got 3.5 vacation. But considering that most places start you at just 2 weeks, but I started at 3, and you accrue yearly. So it's not like it's not like a lot of places where they say at your 5th year you get another week of vacation.
Yeah, I was gonna say that my job's gonna give me another week.
I know, but most places do that. Ours instead says every 1 to 2 years you just gain an extra day. So I think for your first couple of years it's like a day a year. So after my first year I had 3 weeks and a day. Then after my second year I had 3 weeks and 2 days. And well, it doesn't sound like much. It means that every time I hit my year or my anniversary, my accrual ever so slightly increases. So now instead of like 5 point whatever days per pay period, I'm getting like 6. Well, because I can't go negative on vacation, I have to use what's accrued. That just means I can get there ever so slightly faster. So it's actually kind of nice. And I think you can get up to 5 or 6 weeks of accrual. And you can carry over 3 times your accrual rate. So people with 5 weeks can carry 15 weeks tops. So, and there's plenty of people there that are sitting at 15 weeks saying, I don't know what to do. Like, use your vacation.
I feel so sorry for this. I honestly do.
No, some people are just, it's not that they can't use their vacation. They love their job and they don't want, they take a passion in what they do and they don't want to leave.
Is it that they love their job or they don't?
Oh, no, it's just because they work on programs and they get tied into it. They're like, they live and breathe it. And so they just want to see it succeed. And sometimes the deadlines are so tight, they just are like, that is their life. And that means some of them are like, okay, well, we went to the trip, everything's done, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. So
my boss, and I love him to death, he's a great guy, but he has told me straight up, he stays at work long after hours. I'm like, why do you do this? Why don't you go home, enjoy time with your family? He's like, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. He just doesn't know. He's somebody who always has to be doing something. And when he's not at work, he doesn't know what to do with it. So he doesn't go home. Even if he isn't doing much, he doesn't leave work. Because if he wants to do something, he can at work. And
I turned it down a little bit.
They've actually had people from our main office in Italy tell him, dude, you need to get a hobby.
There's no doubt in your mind.
And he does do bird watching, I think. But not much.
I'll leave that.
Sure, that's a person. There's no doubt in your mind.
I don't know. I don't know. Some people
mind.
just seem like they don't know how to do anything but their jobs.
And that's, to me, that's fine. If that's what you enjoy, then what's the difference?
Again, is it something they enjoy or is it that they don't know what to do themselves when they're not working?
My dream would be to have a job that literally is a hobby. Because if you love what you do, then it's no longer a job. You're getting paid to just do your thing. I mean, the problem I could see with that is
I've seen a lot of problems with that.
you're going to, like, one of the things when I started doing SFM originally was I said I never wanted to treat it like a job. So if I started getting burnt out in any way, I would immediately stop and just drop it until I felt like doing it again. I only would work on things when I felt like it. And for a long time it was, I just really felt like working on stuff, but then it started slowing down. But the problem is, like, I could have maybe done more with it if I had treated it like a job. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
I feel like the people who say that, though, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, are people who are able to work at their own pace, able to do what they want to do when they want to
Sure,
do
that's
it,
a person.
and
There's no
can
doubt
come
in
and
your
go
mind.
as they please. And those people don't really even need it. Like, they're there, they're probably a figurehead, or they just got something so cushy
No, like,
that
somebody
it's
might be
like they go beep boop. I
yeah,
press
but
the
somebody
button 5
might be
buttons
a
day.
carpenter and just loves building things. Maybe that's just what they enjoy. So then,
Yes, but they would probably enjoy doing it for their own benefit.
but if the other person is paying them the money so that they can go and do the things they want to do,
Yes, but would they rather get paid the money to go do the things that they want to do, or just have all the resources they need to always just?
yeah, but what you're talking about is two very different things.
I'm talking
One of
about
them
a-
is
I'm
to
talking about a
basically win the
job.
lottery, and the other one is to work to gain the
Well, no,
finance
there are
funds.
some jobs that pay so well you can basically spend
Yeah, but you're talking about
90%
the
of your
top.
free time.
You're talking about a 0.1%.
Yeah, and those are the people who say that.
Yeah, but
those
I'm
are the
not
people-
saying that. I'm saying that you can definitely find a job that you just very much enjoy. There's YouTubers that they love what they do.
It's definitely in the 1%.
Yeah, well, it may be but no, there are going to be people that have jobs that require a lot of time and attention
Yes.
that are still things they love doing. But there's always going to be a part of the job that, like, part of being a YouTuber, the problem is you're not just always like, I'm going to go on the camera and do my thing. No, you got to also do taxes. You got to figure out how to be a business owner. You have to negotiate probably with contracts regarding sponsorships and whatnot. You have to figure out how an algorithm works. Like, there's a lot of things in there that probably are not fun. And I mean, I've had to figure that out. Like, my taxes suck. I don't like my taxes.
I think I remember the story of the Yogg's cat back in the day. They had somebody they paid for all that stuff. That guy or more.
You discovered your favorite word ever. It's a German word. Wait, listening. Oh, wait, there's a listening only now.
I love my looks.
Amazing job. What is the what? I mean, if it's okay, right? I love my looks at blackmail letter. Amazing job. Well, Nolan, you have an interesting job.
My dream job would be the one where I don't have to do it and I can just focus on my hobbies all the time. Or, you know, sleep until I'm not tired anymore.
What you're saying is my favorite job would be winning the lottery.
Yes.
No, I
Like,
don't.
there are things I would love to be doing, but that involves sleeping till I'm not tired anymore, going to bed when I'm tired. That would be a nice change of pace.
Michael, no, you wouldn't.
No, I'd go to bed when I'm tired at 3 a.m. and then wake up at noon.
No, you wouldn't wake up at noon because you'd be like, my back.
Fine. Go to bed at 3 a.m, wake up at 7, hating life.
Michael wants to retire.
I do.
Everybody wants to retire, but then we're at a point where anybody that's probably under, I would say 40.
I'd say 50 at this point. I don't think anybody even 10 years older than us. Gen Xers aren't going to retire.
I think millennials are going to have it a little harder. You're definitely going to have some people that did a good job saving, but it's the people that also just had the silver spoon. And it's the people, because it took me forever before I could even be making enough to comfortably put to retirement. Because before that, it was like, okay, so if I want to survive, I can't put anything.
It is,
So
it is a little rough looking at my boomer parent and just being like, well, my parents, anyways, looking at them and being like, how did you guys fail? You had all the advantages I would die for.
Yeah.
You messed up so many times.
I am big on, like, retirement sounds great, but it's already going to be a shit show when we get there. So I am instead just doing like, I'm gonna put the stuff that I can comfortably do. Actually, basically what my job is mashing on, so it's free money. And then I'm not doing it anymore. And then if I have extra on the side, I'm gonna use it to just travel, do things. Because the one thing I hate about retirement is it says you're free to do what you want when you're unable to. It's like, I'm gonna go travel the world. Oh yeah, but you know what? Flying, it gives like my gut now, it just doesn't do the thing anymore. And I'm tired all the time. It's like, I want to do things when I have the energy to do it, not when I'm literally decrepit.
If I was left to my own devices again, I'd do like what's his name, Ash from Evil Dead. I just get one of those streamlined trailers and park it in an RV lot and just live in that thing. As long as I got the internet in my computer, I'd be fine. Gotta figure out some way to get fiber optic. But no, I just rent a room from a
Evil?
fix up his house.
You offered to help.
Yes, I did. And I want that. What kind of landlord does that? This place is like half broken. He doesn't fix it.
Yeah, it's kind of been a little bit of a shit show.
That's the complaint everybody has about their landlords. Like, there's so much stuff broken around here. Doesn't fix it.
What was really annoying was that like I was actually like with work and everything going on, I was like, I'm feeling very comfortable with where things are now. And then suddenly like just dropped on with a heavy 5-digit bill of like just threw me back in a hole. I'm like,
I remember. It's all my fault. I did it.
Okay, so you stepped in the water first.
Stepped in the water.
It didn't exist until your foot hit it.
It was about that moment. I was the messenger. I'm surprised it didn't kill.
I missed the one thing here. Pierstig says, you've been drinking a beer left over from your says from our wedding. So were you married? Actually, did you say that recently too? But yeah, congratulations nonetheless. If I never said that. Took a bunch to work to fill the top shelf of our lunchroom fridge to have a beer after a day at work. Oh yeah, that sounds nice.
My boss, you're working anymore. Not after that one.
Indeed. Sunset's right there. A job I loved the most was working in a bookstore. No, it didn't pay anywhere near enough. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I actually, the problem is like the best job I've ever had right now is my current one. Because like I've had other jobs too, but they always were just service industry jobs, and none of them like were that great. I did kind of like when I worked in trucking, it was kind of nice because there was definitely, I would have sometimes like 18-hour shifts, but there was a good portion of like them were like 4 or 5 hours in a row. There was nothing. You were just waiting for one thing. And so I would do homework. I would watch videos. I couldn't really play games because I didn't work, but I literally got free time to do whatever I wanted. So that was kind of nice. And some of it was I learned how to do Visual Basic and Excel while I was there. And that is a large portion of my job now. So I took the time to actually learn skills that I took advantage of later.
My favorite job ever was probably in college. I worked at a Kroger's, and I worked produce. So I was just in this big giant walk-in refrigerator. So it was always like 50, 40 degrees in there, which I loved. And I would just stand in there chopping up fruit all day. Like I got so
in the
good
freezer?
at like, there was a freezer in the fridge, and I stood in the fridge all day. I was inside this giant walk-in refrigerated area, and I would just chop up fruit all day in there. And I loved it because nobody bothered me. I didn't have to think much. Doing. Yeah, I had a sharp knife, but I had done it so many times I didn't.
I had a sharp knife. I could have ended it at any moment.
Yeah. No, I got so good with that knife. And when I left that job, I took that knife with me. I think my mom still has it.
Oh, you were in 2014? Oh, like, are you talking about a previous story?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking, okay.
A wedding a long time ago.
Okay, it was from a while ago. Okay, I'm like, do you still have booze left over from 2014? That's what I was okay, so it wasn't a recent start. Okay, well then, yeah, I take back my congratulations.
The job didn't pay.
Oh, you're almost a 10-year anniversary though.
I could sleepwalk my way, and they would still be like, "Hey, you did an amazing job." I'm like, huh?
Yeah, and actually, okay, in terms of retirement, my school was like when I took an economics class, they were big on save for retirement early, compound interest. The problem is when you get out of college or like school, then you go to college and you have this huge debt. And so, and at least at that point, I really didn't go to a job that could pay for it. So between debt and everything, yeah, you can put $1 towards it and maybe that helps, but it really doesn't. I mean, it would be better to put $10 in 10 years from now than $1 now, because that dollar is going to go much further. It just, at that point, when between rent and food, there was just no money. Like some of that, the recommendations of like, you just got to put a little bit. People don't have a little bit.
No.
Especially when you're in like your early 20s and you're still trying to make your way forward.
Even if you do make your way forward, like the college thing you said, I had to pay essentially because of my school loans, and I had to pay a lot, probably more than the average person. That all goes back to like Sally Mae, certain government things going on at the time, predatory school loans, a school that got shut down. It was a whole thing. But there were 11 years of my life that essentially that loan owned me, and there was no extra money for anything. And so I was in my 30s by the time I was even able to save it. I save what I can now, but that's 11 years of my life for any kind of hope for saving just gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'll say it outright, I'm a pretty big advocate for the student loan forgiveness, just because I don't want other people to have to go through that.
My problem with that though is, if you forgive it, do you forgive it going forward?
I think they need to do more to reduce, because one of the reasons they're forgiving it is because, yes, it's the government forgiving those school loans, but it's also the government, the past, particularly between the years 2005 and 2010, that made things okay to basically rip people off to the point where they had.
But then what if somebody is in college right now?
Well, it's better now, and I hope it keeps getting better.
I know, but like it comes down to, there's somebody that's going to feel like, but I paid off all my loans, and I struggled to do it.
Yes,
and now
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, and now I'm not getting any benefit from this.
Yes,
so it's benefiting those that either, well, you could say delay, but also those people that couldn't do it over time. It comes a gray area, but also like, I mean,
it's kind of like saying, why should we pave this road? I had to walk up it barefoot against all the rocks. The people behind me should have to do the same. That's selfish.
But like, are we? Because if college became very affordable,
yes.
let's say
it used to be.
Let's say it's super affordable, and then everybody went to college.
Yeah, we would have an educated country.
No, we would have an overeducated country.
I don't think that's.
No, it is, because like, let's say that everybody has a college education. Well, then somebody.
When my parents were young, everybody could afford college.
I know, but but not many did, because the trade industry is paid enough.
Yes.
So you didn't have to. But if everybody goes to get a college degree.
Yeah.
Well, then now that's the baseline. So now if somebody wants somebody with an advanced,
I think it's rapidly.
Yeah, but then it means that if now you have to get it, and that's fine.
Yes.
But now, if you want to get the good paying jobs, you have to get a master's or a bachelor's.
Yeah.
Because now, or not a bachelor's, or a doctorate.
That's the same way people felt about when everybody started getting high school degrees.
But then but people still have to work those other jobs.
Yeah.
So where do those people come from?
They took arts. They got arts degree.
Yeah, I mean, art history degrees.
Yes.
No, but that's where it comes down to, is why would anybody then go to college, even if it was affordable, if there's no job that would even that they could get? So why get a 4-year degree if it literally doesn't give you?
It's like arguing why should you get a high school diploma?
Yeah, but it's getting to the point that
that's the baseline.
Was where in our country we have so many people that have been pushed to get an education, that getting a job that uses that education to pay well is super competitive.
Yeah.
And now you have to have more.
Well, part of the reason for that is because when it was so cheap when our parents were young, is a lot of people did get college degrees, and now they expect people who want to rise to their positions also have those degrees. It's already the baseline.
But yeah,
it was made the baseline in the 80s.
But then, there has to be a big change across the board. Everything is going towards a big problem, because It was built to the benefit of those at the time, but it is only pushed off an issue that has been growing since then. I'm gonna move. Can I? You know what? I might be able to get away with this.
All the jobs were
Oh no, I don't. The camera's not here. My concern was because her chair's backwards here. If I would have to push back her on every other shot, I don't think I need to because she's kind of leaning forward. It could be implied that she pushed her chair forward or her chair backwards. I don't think anybody's going to notice that. I had to do that because if she's leaning forward, then I was getting in the way of Trixie, and that's kind of important because she's important. She got the boopable nose, right?
Does have pretty boopable. Boop.
Which one down?
No, why you do this? Be nice to the horse.
She had an art degree.
She studied Picasso. Yeah.
Worth it.
She's gonna work at a coffee shop. Tell people about her masters. Like,
thank you for the
European
follow. Banana Man King 1 Twitch. Trade jobs pay better than college jobs. Well, again, it depends because if college jobs are going to pay well, but at the same time, if so many people have a degree and they're over flooded and they have so much to pick from, then those people can't get any other job. Trade jobs and stuff might be the best thing to go
if
to.
the people above you have degrees and they're looking to replace people on their level or above their level, they're not going to pick anybody who doesn't at least meet that baseline.
Yeah, but if everybody has a degree, then there's everybody.
Then that becomes the baseline.
Yeah, but eventually it's going to be where you need more than that.
If I could somehow convince every employer that they don't need that the people they're hiring on to do their job doesn't require the same level of expertise that they had coming into the job, that would be great. But that's probably not going to happen. It's the companies that have made this decision.
For stream, I've always seen your videos, but never the streams. Well, welcome. Yeah, we're working on some anthology short right now. Got a good amount of the shots kind of done here. I haven't played through the whole thing a little bit, so we can do that.
Okay.
Any of the orange stuff is stuff that's animated but not cleaned up. Yeah, let's see here. If you haven't seen Better Call Saul, this is from Better Call Saul.
According to your testimony, you feel confident that you can identify this person. That's what you're saying.
I can. It's him.
Are you sure that's the person? There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
I don't need time. That's him.
Now, would you be surprised that the person you just pointed to is not the defendant?
What?
My client is in the back of the courtroom. Would you please stand up? Objection. Now, the person you ID'd is he has a very good alibi for the night in question.
Your Honor, objection.
Oh, Mr. Good.
That's not done. Playing off the joke of Ember has no idea how to tell the difference between these two
Would you
horses.
please stand up? Objection. Now, the person you ID'd is a bartender.
But yeah, so we have 3 shots left to do, or 4 shots left. One of them I don't have the camera locked down yet, and that's all based on this shot from Better Call Saul.
Would you be surprised?
So yeah, just some fun stuff for doing with the anthology. It's due
Where the heck you feel?
for like mid-October, I think. So I mean, it's due in like 4 months, but I have other stuff I need to do. So
Don't creep it.
no, there's no. I can't scope creep this because there's a beginning and end.
Do the whole episode.
The whole episode.
Yes.
That make no sense.
It doesn't matter. It's a whole episode of
Yeah, I'm
Better
just
Call Saul, but with
I'm just
movies.
gonna do 2001: A Space Odyssey type thing.
Somebody already did.
No, but I'm, like we're gonna do that. Like it just keeps going. And like, are we done yet? Like, and they're like, no, actually, like
Tell me.
we had to get an extension to the panel.
In that episode, are there any romantic stuff?
In the panel?
No, in that
No.
episode of Better Call Saul.
I have no idea. I can't remember that episode.
Because if there is, you have to do the whole episode. Because I want to see the kissy horses.
I don't think so because I don't think there's really much romance there. I mean, there's like a love story between the two, but they don't show much of it. Cheers in the water.
Not worth the time then.
We remake the entirety of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul with ponies.
Yes,
No.
all of it.
No.
Twilight can be Walter White.
Pinky.
Pinky's Jesse.
No. Jesse has to be somebody that's kind of, I think Jesse would be better to be. Okay, remember Jesse's friend, like the taller one that always talks about like nerdy stuff?
Yeah.
That one needs to be Rainbow.
No, that needs. I feel like one of those two needs to be. She's kind of already solved it.
Well, yeah.
You know that one guy that gets brought on to replace Walter White? Then this guy gives him the book.
Yeah.
That's definitely Starlight. She gets blown up.
Okay. No, he doesn't get blowed up. She gets shot.
Yeah, that's what. No,
Yeah.
Spoilers, but
that's from like early 2000s.
yeah.
Who would be Gustavo?
Gus? Cadence? Maybe?
I want Celestia.
No, Celestia feels like she should be even interrupting. No, okay. It could be Celestia. Because she kind of replaces Celestia in the show a little bit. So she's replacing Gus.
Where would Luna
Maybe
fit
it could be
in?
Luna. No, Luna could be Gus. Celestia could be that guy who is the Mexican. Ran the whole thing.
Who's Michael?
Oh, me. Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
He was like a bouncer who would protect both Celestia and Twilight.
Shining armor.
Yeah, but that's.
I don't like.
I mean, yes, it kind of works.
I kind of like if it was if you had Walter White and Jesse being Twilight in Shining Armor.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of a funny
I almost
duo.
want Mike to be cranky.
Luna is the drugs. It's the purple mess.
The purple stuff.
Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be done here. So thank you for coming, Banana. But yeah, we are normally ending in just about 9 or a little after. So let's see who's on right now. We got Fiora and Paleo. What is Paleo doing? An advertisement. Oh, nice, Paleo. Gotta be doing pretty well, huh?
So many of these games look like they're just made.
Oh, but he's doing a tier list.
A good.
He's look at he's a pony.
Pony. Why is he a dinosaur?
Somebody made him a dinosaur.
Don't make him a dinosaur.
Somebody did a dinosaur.
Scream pony at him. It makes him turn into a pony. I've seen it.
I think there's something about a pony. I don't know what he's doing a tier list of.
Zoom it up.
No, I had to wait for the ad to be over because I'm not going to help them. Just Jurassic Park characters.
Yeah, I think that's why he's a dinosaur. It's a tier list of Jurassic Park characters, I think.
Yeah, drinking Jurassic Park world characters, dinosaurs, and maybe more. Wow, I don't know how do you know those characters.
I think he just needs to really use. I guess he's a huge Jurassic Park fan.
Yeah, maybe he had Chris Pratt. I think at A.
That makes sense.
I want to keep on and hit the scroll.
I don't recognize most of these people.
Well, yeah. Okay. So
farther down the list,
you can help him do that. Unless anybody else has any other recommendations. Tell Knightley that he is awesome. I can definitely do that.
Who's Knightley?
He actually wants to come visit in the fall. I mean, you have to get him on stream.
You just have to have a space for him to sleep.
Yeah, that's what we're working on. Because once we have something for that, so we'll send you guys over that way. You can help him with his Raptor list.
Yeah.
All right. I watch your streams, view animating, see the videos you release. Every time I'm impressed with the effort and work that goes into what you do. Just like to say thanks for your streams and videos. Well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. I'm gonna keep doing it. It's fun. So, and I'll keep streaming too because it's the only time I get work done. So, but all right. But yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll be back on Friday. We're not doing anything special this weekend though. Sunday.
We're painting.
You will, yeah, but that's us.
Yes.
So I think I haven't figured out what game we're gonna do Sunday. It's probably gonna be some like multiplayer game that we can jump onto.
Not
and play
Bioshock
randomly.
2.
No, I'm not gonna jump in another game like that right away. I think I like doing Halo or Overwatch. Those are always just fun little fillers that are just entertaining. So, but anyways, we'll see you guys Friday and whatever. So bye.
Bye bye.
I really miss the kitty.